Hello and welcome. This is Workhorse Wrestling Network, and you are with us for Friday Night Fights. This is a special episode as we also have Battle of the Belts coming on after Rampage. You're here with us live.
What's up, y'all?
Let's get it going.
Let's get it
2 hours. Woo,
Live Rampage, live Battle of the Belts. Should be some good matches.
right?
Yeah.
Eh.
I mean, Battle of the Belts. They haven't really been on and popping for a minute, so we're not gonna hype it up more than it needs to be hyped.
I would agree.
It needs hyping.
So we got Willow and Jade. We got FTR versus Gates of Agony.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Authors of Pain.
No,
Right?
no. Gates of Agony.
Right, no, I know, but they used to be the Authors of Pain, right?
No.
No?
Mm-mm.
We started with John Mox. Okay.
Okay, my bad. They used to be somebody else before they were Gates of Agony, though, right?
Oh. Got the mock shirt on tonight.
Nice.
Yeah, they trying to do something tonight. Okay. I wouldn't mind meeting him, man.
John Moxley?
Yeah, let me one of them freak out times where it's like, hey, keep cool.
Keep cool.
How's like a big fan? How?
So, what's the deal with Roosh now?
What do you mean?
Is he good?
I
Is
think
he
he's good.
good? I like Roosh.
No. Like with the whole Andrade drama.
thing.
Oh. That I know. Who knows? Andrade and Sammy?
For some reason, I think Roosh isn't going to be affected by that. I don't know why.
Probably not.
But
I
it
don't think so
feels
either.
like he's going to keep his head down. He's going to grind, and hopefully his hard work will pay off. So I don't
I
feel
agree.
like he's going to get like buried. Definitely not that.
I agree. Yeah, I don't think so either. Tony doesn't seem like that kind of guy to be like irritated with Andrade, so to bury Roosh. Like, I mean, maybe he is, but I don't think so. And I think
Because-
Roosh is good enough that,
Roosh just signed not too long ago.
Yeah.
Still a lot of time left to his contract.
Yep.
This is, I'd say, the biggest stage he's ever been on.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Like,
I wouldn't say all that about CHK because him and Sammy and Eddie Kingston got into it in where is Eddie? Just saying. Not even gonna think about it because now I'm getting mad. But we're just watch the match.
Thanks everybody tuning in, listening. Anybody please feel free to chat. We'll put your chats up on the screen. We'd love to engage with the listeners, the watchers, the viewers, whatever you want to call them.
Did they just announce this match? Like this wasn't a hyped up. This wasn't like a hyped up thing for Dynamite, right? Or am I bugging?
I don't remember seeing it hyped up, but it was on. I mean, it's been in the preview card for tonight.
Okay.
It was on the card. I mean, who do you guys think's winning?
Oh, BCC.
Yeah, I think it's pretty predictable.
Like it's cool that like kind of like I'm shocked because it's been a minute since they actually did a trios match together.
Yeah.
which BCC has tagged before, but it was a different combination than this.
And you still notice it's not Mox and Danielson. I wonder if they do that on purpose. Like,
I think last time it was Claudio Danielson and Yuta.
right. So I wonder if they do that on purpose, if they're not putting Mox in to try to keep that little division so that you know that CM shaking her head. Yep. To stir the pot back there. Oh, they can't quite coexist.
I'm just happy I'm not the only one who notices that.
Well, I think I heard something about that of like they respect each other, but they don't like each other.
I've been saying when when Danielson was going up against not Moxley, Jericho, and he was keep getting hit from behind, I'm like, really? It's three of y'all. It's three of y'all in this group. Y'all can't come out and help him. Like he's getting his behind beat. It's been 2 minutes. It's the beginning of the show, so y'all like whatever y'all got going can wait.
They were all champs then. He had to like get jumped in. So
And they're a little bit of a different faction, right? Like, you should kind of be able to hold your own to a certain extent. You know, we're not coming out until probably the last minute, like, unless it becomes really, really, really unfair. Like, I mean, I understand you don't want to see people get beat up, but like, you're supposed to be really tough if you're in the BCC, right? Like, so you should be able to like fight off a couple guys, like, especially if it's whatever.
My sister's tough, but if I see her get beat up, I'm gonna go get a bat or something to help her out. I'm gonna be like, oh, she can take it. I'm gonna see how this works out. Oh, damn. She got
William Regal pulls out brass knuckles out of his suit jacket still.
Hey, Blue.
I was so high when he did that,
Blue?
and they're all nice and shiny.
Thanks for chiming in, Blue. Thanks for watching.
Blue, preemptively, you ain't shit. You gonna say something?
You ain't shit, she said. Let me just go ahead and get that off the top.
5 minutes. I know it already. I mean, we in DC, so.
I mean, we invited you to come on the show. When you gonna come, dude?
Oh, see, exactly. I told you. See, preempted. Now, see, this is who I'm interested in seeing: Mox versus Roosh.
I agree.
Roosh versus Heyman on Dynamite. That was bomb. That was real bomb. Like, all right, I see you, Roosh. That's why I'm not totally like, what's gonna happen to him? He's gonna be all right.
Yeah, no, I think he'll be all right. I think he'll survive the drama.
He listened to Andrade and didn't go to NXT when NXT was being ran by Triple H. So I'm not entirely certain if he'll stay in AEW or not.
Yeah, I mean, he could choose to leave. I mean, assuming that things get bad enough and Andrade leaves and whatever. I mean, if he's kind of, going wherever Andrade goes or following him around, I mean, it's possible he could just, or even heeding his word, like Andrade's in his ear, hey, AEW sucks, come with me back to AAA or whatever. You know what I mean? Like,
right.
Who knows?
Well, he's got heat in AAA too.
Huh?
Andrade's got heat in AAA.
Yeah. I love Roosh with the Naito pose.
Right. All right. Look. Okay. So let's get the elephant out the room. Yeah. They're claiming that this whole altercation with Andrade and Sammy was Andrade's way of getting out of his contract. But this is not the first time Sammy has done something stupid. Discuss.
No, I'm starting to kind of see Sammy in the way that I see CM Punk a little bit, like a bit of a cancer in the locker room, just kind of an all-around shit disturber, and like just whatever the kind of guy that like, and also the kind of guy that talks shit and then doesn't want to fight back, like, hey, and then I didn't do anything. You see, I didn't do nothing. Yeah, because you're a little bitch. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, because you're a little bitch. Like, yeah, supposedly he didn't do anything when Andrade came at him or punched him or whatever. Of course he didn't, because he doesn't really, really want to fight like in real life, right? Like, so I don't know. I like Sammy as a wrestler. The more and more I see or hear about him as a person, the less and less I like him as a person. So.
What's on your mind, sis? What's on your mind?
I have not liked Sammy Guevara since he flat out lied to everybody who watched the vlog. So I don't see it for him at all.
Like, okay.
I always preferred Kip Sabian.
I'm really mad that Kip Sabian came back, had that one match, and now he's going back to be Penelope's valet, basically. I'm like,
they're doing intergender matches on Dark.
You say Dark one more time. No, watch Dark.
I watch Dark. I enjoy their intergender matches. They do a very good job.
I watch Dark.
People watch Dark.
I actually like Dark. I like Dark and Dark Elevation. You get some good matches on both. I like the commentary on both. They always have different people a lot of times.
A lot less fluff too. Like it's just matches, and you can just sit
I
down
like
while
that.
wrestling.
I like that it just goes right from match to match to match to match. No fucking bullshit in between. No entrances, really. No fucking backstage bullshit. Just let's get from one match to the next.
Yeah.
And they've been putting on some better matches recently. I mean, it kind of goes up and down. Like it has periods where it's really good and then where it's down. But it's been up again the last couple weeks.
Like there's been some matches on Dark where I'm just like, holy cow, I can't believe I just saw that.
Yeah, or like, why is this on Dark and not on? I mean, I get it. I mean, it's good because it helps with the YouTube numbers and gets more viewers over there. But it's like, why is this not on Dynamite or Rampage? Like,
I remember FTR just having an amazing match on an episode of Dark, and like it was crazy to me because it's better. It was better than most of the things you see on TV.
Yeah.
Oh, nice. What in the devil?
What in the devil?
What
is Claudio?
He's going for a helicopter and a swing at the same time.
No, he's
a UFO.
Not. A UFO. Is it a UFO? Oh, hell no.
Man.
That's insane.
He's done that before, hasn't he? Or am
I personally haven't seen it, but probably. I can't imagine that's the first time he's done that spot anywhere. I mean,
but probably like in Ring of Honor or something like that.
I've never seen him do the spot where he tries to do both at once. I've never seen it before.
I thought he did, and they made a big deal out of it. With like Seth Rollins and somebody.
No, I remember they made a big deal when he did the shoulder one.
Yeah.
But
with Seth Rollins, it wasn't two people. It was like it was no hands, where he was on his back basically, and he was twirling him on his back and shot him out of.
He did this before.
But he hasn't done it where he's done both at the same time. I don't think.
Somebody did it. I remember seeing it.
I feel like Top Dollar, Athena, and Cesaro are having their own little competition. Top Dollar's like, I can lift up 3 people. Athena's like, I can lift up 2 women. And then Cesaro's like, Claudio is like, you know what? I can do it with 2 people. I can spin around in a circle. Like, who did it better? I'm not taking that.
It should.
Well, that was quite a match.
So it's still going on my end.
It just ended with mine. Interesting.
That uppercut.
That I'm not. How do you take certain moves? I'm not taking that, man. I'm in the air and your elbow is coming towards my neck. I'm not taking that, man.
I'm surprised we didn't hear Isaiah screaming on that one.
I just got to the uppercut.
Ooh, you are far behind.
Yeah, I don't have my good stuff anymore, unfortunately.
It's cool. We're not a spoiler nation right now. We're not going to spoil anything.
Talking about 10.
All right, you got there. So. All
right, cool. What is it? Oh, okay. I I don't want them to hot potato these trio titles, man. I get it's the anniversary and all that, but the Lucha Bros don't need to be losing right now. Honestly,
It be like that sometimes.
it shouldn't though.
Shouldn't and actually being are two different things. Yeah, I know the irony of saying that, and
I don't know. I kind of feel like after the match, Lucha Bros are going to be taking 3 months off
Why you say that?
to heal from the injuries from the match.
I mean they don't have any right now.
They might after the match.
You're right, but well, right now they don't.
I mean, Johnny Hungy running wild will have some bruises on you, but they should be fine.
We hope.
They be wild sometimes.
uh,
That is so wild though. Ugh.
but that's why Tony, okay, like if he's not gonna put anybody in charge with him, at least hire some writers to diverse storylines. Because how they win the belts, the trio belts, if it feels like it's been a month, maybe it's been shorter, but it feels like it's been a long freaking time since we've acknowledged they were trio titles. They went against Keith Lee and Swerve, but that was for the tag titles. And after that, nothing.
You're expecting too much.
For the
And
Lucha Bros, though,
Why
I'm
are
not
you
talking about
expecting
Bear
it?
Country or anybody on Dark. I'm talking about the Lucha Bros.
You
No
are
offense to people on
expecting
Dark.
too much. Why? Why are you expecting so much?
It might be good to have a few more people backstage for coming up with ideas and stuff. You're not wrong about that. I'd probably look to finding some more vets of the industry
Like,
because there's still very talented people out there.
someone said it. I'm not sure what podcast said it. You have William Regal in your company.
Yeah.
Like, let's step back. William Regal, who was on camera and off camera running NXT, so he has some tools of how to run a good division well. Like, give him some power. Like, come.
I would
Like,
assume that Tony is taking William Regal's opinion. I mean, I could be wrong. I don't know, but like, if I was Tony, I would.
like I don't need you to just to take his opinion. I need him to give him some power. Like, let him be like what's the position? The head of head of developing talent, something like that. Like, let him do that.
I mean,
You are expecting so much from CHK.
I'm
And I admire that about you, but
a hoper. I'm a dreamer.
I don't feel like development is their main focus unless you're somebody like Jade. They'll develop a Jade.
And who developed Jade? Cody and Brandy. That was Cody's position. Cody's position was developing the young up and coming stars. Granted, they had to go into the Cody vortex to get here, but it was still 3 out of 5 people came out of it pretty good.
you expecting a lot from CHK?
Like, I just don't want, like, we're not in Code Red. We're not in like Call 911. But I don't want AEW to fail. And like I said, we're okay. But if you let this stuff fester, it's gonna go from a scab to a bullet wound really, really quick. And a band-aid ain't gonna help a bullet wound. That's all I'm gonna say.
All I know is that you're talking about development when we have an issue of not even getting the stars that we got on TV.
I'm like, just diversify your thoughts. Head of development, head of talent relations, more writers. Just stop doing everything.
Yeah, I mean, I wonder how much Tony's doing and if that's part of why it's AEW is suffering a little bit on the whole. He needs to get control of the locker room first, or they're going to have a real issue. I mean,
I do feel that Tony has too much on his plate and he needs to diversify.
I would agree with that.
We finally see Arn Anderson. Where the hell that he's been?
CHK needs to stop doing so much C.
Well, there is that.
Period.
He also needs to understand he is a businessman. This is a business just like his soccer stuff is. It's the same as his football stuff is. You can nerd out, you can geek out at home on your Nintendo DS 64 or whatever you got, bro. You gotta handle this.
Yeah.
And quick.
What is Smart Mark Sterling saying?
What? I have it on low. 1 minute.
Their tag team has a new name.
Oh, what is it? I don't have my caption up, so.
Well, I don't want to ruin it for CM. She's behind.
Oh. How far behind are you, CM?
He's just now on the mic for me.
Okay. Because I got to know what the new name is.
I'm trying to find out.
I think I missed it. I'm now on national. He's now talking about National Scissoring Day. I think I missed it.
Yeah, the Acclaim just came out on my TV.
Mm-hmm.
They just came out of the tunnel. Oh, all right. I'm muting because I got to hear what Max Caster said.
Oh!
Me too. Wait.
So you just... Wow. That's cold-blooded, Mark.
Listen, I love Max Caster.
Varsity athlete?
He said we go stomp you in the nuts. I still just every time I see this, I'm just amazed at how over this scissor me daddy ass thing is. It's so fucking weird, but I'm all in for it, but it's so weird.
Billy Gunn has also gotten over Suck It. So
yeah, no doubt. But to be fair, he got over Suck It surrounded by a lot of really good wrestlers. Like, which really helped. Like, and not that the Acclaimed aren't, but it's not Triple H and HBK. Like, you know what I mean? Like, so.
Out of that group, Billy was the best wrestler. Like, being honest and being for real, he had the most talent out of all of them.
Sis,
he just not talk.
Let's not do this now.
That's one of the hottest takes I've ever heard in my whole entire.
Go back.
That's like the Ring of Fire four volcano takes. Like, Billy Gunn is the best wrestler in D-Generation X. Is that what you just said?
Go back before The Rock killed him, and look at the actual match.
Today, at this moment in time, yes, Billy Gunn is the best wrestler of DX.
Nope.
Because none of them could go in the ring as good as Billy Gunn can right now.
Go back and look at Rock.
If we're talking about at this moment who can deliver the best match, I'm pretty sure it is Billy Gunn.
I'm not listening to that. I'm not even paying attention. Better than Shawn Michaels.
No.
Better than Shawn Michaels.
You saw that tag match that Shawn Michaels had in Saudi Arabia?
You can personally feel that way, but
in the 90s and some of the 80s. He didn't do a lot in the 80s, but go back and look at it. Billy.
I mean, I suppose if you get a time machine and you get Shawn Michaels from the 90s to compete against for today, yes, I would agree. I would absolutely agree.
Argue with me all you want to. But I've gone back and I've watched it. Triple H is honestly not all that good.
I agree
Neither
with
is
that.
Road Dogg.
Well,
HBK had a lot. Hold on, HBK got over because of his flair. He had the now personality and some of the moveset back in the 90s. That's why it was such a big deal. Billy Gunn is actually a lot better than folks give him credit for. People drag him, people talk all this shit about him, but Billy Gunn, when you actually watch the wrestling, was better.
No, I agree with that. I mean, I think Billy Gunn is a really good wrestler. New Age Outlaws was one of the best tag teams in the history of
You gotta go back
WWE.
and watch it.
The
But
I
Smoking
remember
Guns.
the old
the
episodes.
Smoking
I
Gun.
remember
I
the
mean,
old matches.
but
I remember HBK and what's his name? I don't want to butcher it. Ahmad Johnson versus the Smoking Guns. The Smoking Guns were not killing that match like HBK and
Because you have to realize how. Okay, think about this. A lot of people say Orange Cassidy can't wrestle, right? They look
Yeah.
at the gimmick and that's all they see. Do you not know how talented you have to be taking those moves and doing those moves with no hands? Ahmad Johnson, God love him, cannot wrestle his way out of a wet plastic bag.
well, there is that.
You had to
there
carry.
is that.
You
I
also
would
had
agree with that.
HBK coked out of his mind
And still performing.
and still having to be carried to the heights that he was at because bro was coked out of his mind. There are matches where you see that he is clearly being carried because bro was up in heaven coked up.
We are not going down this rabbit hole. We are not going down. We are friends. I love you and I respect you, but we are not going down this rabbit hole.
I mean, there's a reason why he's considered one of the greatest of all times amongst everybody who watches wrestling.
Screw it.
So,
HBK
no offense,
versus
CM. No offense, CM. But you're in the minority with that opinion. And being in the minority with that opinion probably means it's wrong.
A lot of people are in the minority about a lot of stuff, and it turns out to be right.
Well, there is that. But not this one. You can't. There's no way that Billy
Bro,
Gunn is
you
a
hate
better
everybody.
wrestler than HBK.
You
There's just
hate
no way.
everybody. You can argue with me all day, every day. I had insomnia. Oh, watch the WWE Network. I'm telling you.
So HBK versus Mankind, 1995. Mankind was carrying HBK.
Did I say every match? But did I say every match? No, I didn't. I said there were matches.
We're gonna table this. We're gonna put the table.
I think it's fair to say that most WWE wrestlers have hit that ring pretty loaded and been carried at one point in time in their career by somebody else.
I don't remember that. I don't remember
that's not exclusive to HBK if it's happened. I guarantee it.
You have to be specific. I don't remember that with HBK. That he was that coked up that someone had to carry him. It was on national television.
Bret Hart.
We are not going down this rabbit hole. Bret Hart is not as good as people think he is. We are not going down this rabbit hole.
Oh, that's a hot take too. Damn. Now we got two hot takes here.
Can I have that repeated for me?
Huh?
Can I have that repeated for me?
Bret Hart is not as good as everybody says he is.
As he thinks he is. He was mad at HBK because HBK could do his move and better. You know, what kind of argument it is that when Bret Hart's like, you shouldn't do that move if you can't do it in a bar. Dude, you're on television. You have to entertain the people. So if I want to do a flying,
this was the 80s and the 90s in wrestling. They ain't do that stuff. They weren't in Puerto Rico. They weren't in Mexico. They was in the US.
Mm-hmm.
And in the US, that's what you did. You weren't flying around. You wasn't from AAA.
And them matches were boring. Them matches were boring.
And the ratings were better.
Man, I don't know.
If you want to talk about it.
if I'm putting together a top 5 greatest wrestlers of all time, both HBK and Bret Hart are in that list of top 5.
Plus at me about Billy Gunn being better than HBK. Talk about Brett wasn't better than you.
I'm saying Iron Man match. Who carried that?
I would say that if HBK didn't come back for that second run, though, he wouldn't be in contention for that.
Maybe
top 5. I don't
Maybe.
think he'd be in the top 5 if he didn't come back for that second run.
Ooh, I can refute. I can refute. I was watching a whole lot of wrestling when I was in college, and mostly 1995, and that was really underrated year because I would say WCW was on the popping, and we call it WWE was still in there. Everybody was a over top character that was in real life, but 1995. Just go back and look.
Watching the shift in the 90s was definitely interesting.
Yeah.
Right.
The transition was priceless. This thing with the Undertaker's gimmick, right? Thankfully, he evolved it to the Dead Man, and then he was a Lone Ranger cowboy. But let's start from the beginning of Undertaker's gimmick. A morticianer that was coming out and burying people. That should not have lasted.
It even got weirder though, with like when he had the druids and he was fucking like the minister of I don't even know what he was.
Purple glove.
You just gonna ignore the first time with Brother Love?
The strike tie, that should not have lasted outside the 80s. It really shouldn't have.
It should have never happened. Like,
Undertaker is overrated.
Okay. I think we have our next top 5 podcast. Who are the top 5 top wrestlers that you think are overrated?
Most overrated wrestlers? Top 5 most overrated wrestlers?
That are on top in any era.
I like that one. That's a good idea.
I think that's a good one.
I think Pac would be the hottest thing in wrestling if he was a foot taller.
Would he be as aerodynamic?
If he was as aerodynamic and a foot taller, he would be the number one thing in professional wrestling.
I don't
his
know.
Intensity.
He's British. U.S. fans are only going to like him so much.
I don't know. Look at Conor McGregor.
Oh, I'm joking. I mean, that was a joke.
Well, I can't stand Conor McGregor, so.
I'm not a big Conor fan either, but
I think that there would be a vitriol, behind or against the bastard Pac.
Like I'll say this: I'm not into the indie scene like that deep. But when I first saw him on WWE, I'm like, oh,
Neville, yeah,
okay. No, I'm like, I like him.
Tag team wrestling back in the early days of NXT.
Mm-hmm.
Thank God for that injury. Oh.
You want to talk about Corey Graves? We can talk about Corey Graves. It's cool.
I hope that Corey continues to have a long, healthy life. The life that he deserves.
But there could be an alternate universe where right now Corey Graves and Pac are the number one tag team in the world. Who knows?
Thank God we don't live there.
They're giving this match a lot of time. It's only 7:30, and they're
right. I was just looking at the time for this.
I was like, it's a main event already. I had to look at the clock. I was like, it's 7. Yeah, I mean, I guess it's a trios championship match, so.
But still, 26 minutes.
That's a long time.
Well, the championship matches go for like an hour, and they have a 2-hour thing. So theoretically, they could go for a whole hour.
Is this
right?
gonna sail into Battle of the Belts?
Battle of the Belts. I don't know.
It's
That's what I
supposed to.
did.
It'll be interesting to see.
I want Dark Order to win, but I
Really?
don't. I like Dark Order. I've always liked Dark Order. I just
I do too.
is it done wrestling?
You know, that
I
belt
just
is
don't want
winning
the
me over.
I
That
just don't
belt
want the
does
belt
look nice.
to change that fast yet. They just won them. Like
That
they need a
part. I don't think Lucha
couple
Bros should lose
defenses.
now.
Like I don't need like year-long runs, but at least 2 or 3 months, like 2, 3, 4 defenses maybe, and then lose the
3
belts. I
months.
mean, you can't. You know what I mean? It can't just be one match. I mean, it can, but I'm just not a huge fan of that.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't think they should lose right now. Ugh. They're
I
putting a
No,
mean,
whole
no.
lot of stank on. This is the anniversary of Brody Lee's death and all that
Not
stuff,
only do I
man.
think that Dark Order is losing, I think that they're going to rip off Tin's mask.
Really
Mm.
I think we
Well,
get a Death Triangle heel turn here.
interesting.
Hard heel.
Hard heel. I was gonna say because they're already basically heels. I
no,
mean,
they're not.
they're tweeners. Sorry, they're tweeners.
No, you just don't like what Pac has to say.
Pac has never done a babyface promo in his life. I don't know that he knows how to do a baby. Even when he tries, he's too intense and mean. Like,
Please, let's not talk about Neville's promos. Let's
now when he went
moving
against
on.
Enzo, I think that'll be considered a babyface promo.
yeah, I guess.
When he was reading Enzo about being a sucky wrestler, that was babyface.
Yeah, yes, I guess. His name is the Bastard. Like, you can't be a face and be the Bastard. Like,
Because a
that
bastard
name
is
invokes
babyface.
heel. Like, it doesn't invoke
No,
babyface.
no, it just means that your dad does not acknowledge you. That's all that is.
I'm just saying, how many good guys and bastards? I'm just
But
saying.
that's not like, yeah, they are. That's exactly. There's two different
Everybody got
meanings,
two parents.
and it's the bad guy meaning. Not that his dad doesn't. Not that he doesn't know who his dad is. Goddamn. He's packed snow.
I've never watched any of Game of Thrones.
I know.
Me neither.
But Pac is the kind of heel that you would cheer if he was going against a cowardly heel.
Yes, I could definitely see that.
Pac turned Cody heel, and he never turned him back face.
like I'll say this: when he was doing the screwy finish between him and Orange Cassidy, he was so stupid when he was in the corner. Like, what? What I do? You didn't see nothing. Why are you looking at me? 1, 2, 3, I won, right?
Right.
All right,
Yeah.
bye. that was hilarious.
I'm gonna just be real. I like the fact that he did the screwy finish. It made
Pac,
it made sense.
I agree. He's a bastard.
It wouldn't have been bad if it hadn't done like 3 of them that same night. Like, why did everybody do like it was Billy with the Acclaim, it was him in the back.
That was not a screwy finish.
That wasn't screwy.
It was not a screwy finish. Was he the one who got pinned?
But he the one who's attacking people. He wasn't in the match, sis.
Swerve went to attack him.
He got in his
It was
face
the
because he was in a.
It was defense.
I'm not gonna do this with you today. What was this? Oh,
all right.
the triangle entrance.
I just feel like Tin doesn't want to be there anymore. I feel like Dark Order for some of these folks is done. There's no more.
Yeah.
Stu's gone.
It's not even like the Dark Order was a bad group. They just weren't doing anything with them, which is so freaking weird.
It's
They
really
were so over.
Yeah, I think it's tough when you have that many members because some people just automatically kind of get lost in the shuffle. And some guys are really good. And 10, even though he's been in a couple matches lately and been on the more since Stu's been gone and the group has kind of gone down a little bit in size, I could see why he's ready to maybe branch out and do his own thing. He still gets lost in the mix a little. I mean, he's not Johnny Hungy, he's not Evil Uno, you know what I mean? He's not.
Alex
So,
Silver.
right.
He has no personality. That's his
Well,
problem.
there is that. There is that.
It's kind of awkward when, like, this is Dark Order. That's 1, 3, 4, and 10.
Right. Exactly. Yeah, no, I mean, it's hard to get them over when they're like that, for sure. I mean, when all they are numbers and they don't really, they're not supposed to have a whole lot of personality, per se. Like,
it's CM Punk's fault because Stu had to leave to get more money. And same thing with 5. Because what were they really doing with them? Like,
I'll say, like, who's 5? Chris Angel. That was 5.
Alan Angels.
Alan Angels. At least Stu. At least Stu and Evil Uno were like 1 and 2, like the heads of the group. Like, they were the main faces of the group for all intents and purposes. I mean,
I don't know. I was looking forward to the day that Alan Angels was gonna finally beat Omega.
Like, no, okay.
He kept getting closer.
He kept getting closer. Yeah.
With Alan Angels, he should have his mask on. It's something about, like, if you want to have the mask off, you need to have something that's on. You have a personality that's on and popping. If you don't, keep that mask on your freaking face.
Well, he does. They just didn't allow him to talk. Like, Alan Angels is really actually pretty talented. He is going to be somebody to watch on the scene for a while.
Oh, in the ring for sure.
Huh?
In the ring for sure.
Tony Khan just never let him, like, shine.
yeah, again, I think that's part of the issue with having,
He
7,
was my
10,
favorite member.
12 people in a group. Like, it makes it hard for everyone certain guys to shine, for sure.
That storyline with Evil Uno and, like, 5.
Yeah, like, there wasn't really a blow off to that. I think it was the anniversary of Brody Lee's death, and they were in a tag match, a multi-man, and how they make up the Brody's wife came down and said, "Knock it off," and then it was over. But you really could have done the match in between time before that happened.
You could have done the match. You could have hyped up those promos, like, really drawn attention to the fact that 5 out of everybody besides Hangman got the closest to beating Kenny Omega.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. Yep. No, I mean, clearly, once, with the passing of Brody Lee, Dark Order took a big hit. I mean, that was and at some point, Dark Order went from being kind of like, when they first started, being like Dark Order to being kind of a goofy comedy faction in some respects. And they kind of lost their way.
But the missed stuff really was after Heyman won the belt, because when there was Heyman, it was like, okay, here's a storyline, and then Heyman won the belt. Like, okay, cool. Then the story was Heyman being conflicted between him and the Young Bucks. What happened to that story? It felt like they just.
And Hangman always wanting to do it on his own.
But like, that part too. But he always, like, it was like a conflicting thing. As, like, I feel like that story didn't have conclusion either. Like, it just stopped for whatever reason.
A lot of the storyline kind of happened on BTE, and if you didn't watch that, you get lost. You got left behind. The problem with that is you then did not utilize that into, like, film packages. You have Darby Allin right there. You have Brandon Cutler. You have Nick Jackson. You have Ethan Page. You have all these people who edit vlogs, who could literally edit those things for you. And what do?
Like really, 2 minutes of showing why this match is happening because it was on BTE. That's not really a lot to ask for. It really isn't. Like, can you please just tell everyone who didn't watch BTE why we're doing what we're doing on television?
Like, the whole Dark Order and, like, Chili thing, folks didn't get that because they never really explained it.
Yeah.
Or when Johnny Hungy went against Adam Cole, he kept calling him the Butch. It's like, huh? Like, really? Yeah. BTE, he was giving him new name. Okay.
Like if you didn't watch it, like you lost out on it, and it's like,
Which
It
is
was
like a
some good
double-edged sword, because
stories.
like I don't want just a whole bunch of fucking recaps of BTE, but I also want to know what's going on. Like, you have to find some way to do it. I don't think there's anything wrong with it having YouTube content. You just have to figure out a way to balance it better. I'm not sure how to do that.
The best storylines on BTE should be on television. Like the Dark Order stuff, show once a month should be on television. The stuff with Hangman and the Young Bucks, that definitely should be once a month on television.
I mean, I think that's the medium of entertainment, though. Like Marvel would face the same issues of, do you make your Disney Plus shows to where they're required viewing for the upcoming movie?
Yeah. I got a good friend who's like into that stuff. When a Marvel movie comes out, I'm like, okay, yo, bro, I ain't gonna watch everything. Just tell me what I need to watch for this movie. It's like, just two, just those two. Bet, thank you very much. Cause honestly, like after X-Men, I really didn't know, and Spider-Man, I really didn't know most of these Marvel characters like that. And thankfully, Avengers was on and popping. But after that, I'm like, okay, well, all right, Black, okay, the Scarlet Witch, okay, Moonlight, what, who, what? It's like, okay, there's a lot. There's a lot. There's like some archive comic book character y'all coming out with.
so you never watched like X-Men, the animated series or whatever?
I watched X-Men animated series. That was prime time television for me. Like I'm saying, after X-Men, after Spider-Man, all these extra new characters, I'm like, okay, why are they worth me watching a movie for? Please explain. Still haven't seen Captain Marvel. Probably won't. The best thing she ever did was get mollywopped by Thanos. That's the best. When he put that ring on it, bam! I shouldn't be laughing, but that was so good.
You know, I suppose I grew up a great time to be a kid. Had the X-Men animated series, Batman animated series, Spider-Man animated series.
Superman.
I didn't like Superman.
Really? It was cool.
I like Superman, but I was like, he's such a goody goody. Give me Batman. But make him cool people.
Batman over Superman all day. Let's get
No.
that straight.
Superman over Batman all day.
What is the... We're not doing this tonight.
We're gonna make this very clear. Batman is actually a villain. All right. Batman is the bad guy of the story. Let's get that 100% clear. I'm not a huge fan of goody Superman, but as a superhero, Superman is actually a superhero. Where Batman isn't even a good guy, let alone not a superhero.
How do you
argue that Superman is also a villain?
I'm just saying, how do you have all that power and you get your behind beat darn near every episode? Almost. Like literally.
That's bad writing.
Kryptonite and I can whoop you. What is that?
So had Clark Kent not been in competition with Lex Luthor theoretically would not have been a supervillain.
Okay, maybe.
And his town would not have been under attack as much as possible. Actually, you could argue that all of these superheroes are actually the villains, because if they had not been in those places,
no doubt
would not have had as much crime.
I would agree with that.
Okay, you know who you sound like? What John Cena's character in Suicide Squad? What's his character? Oh my God!
Peacemaker.
You sound like Peacemaker right now. Tell him about.
Don't do that.
No.
That is such a terrible show.
When he was talking to his neighbor, you know, Batman's a pussy. He's not gonna smoke people. We need to be smoked. You freaking old man.
He's right about Batman, but that show is terrible.
You can't see it.
I think out of everyone, the most superhero-like is Spider-Man.
Yeah, I could see that. But again, I mean, we still have that same villain problem, right? Like they're gonna come because he's there, right? So you always have that
Their
issue, like
obsession.
right.
However, no, because he only comes into being because he is bitten by a radioactive spider. The radioactive spider comes about because someone is already being evil.
Sure.
So,
Sure. But later though, like there's more than just the one villain. I mean, there's other villains that come later because he's Spider-Man, right? Like
Well, in that instincts, Batman wasn't trying to be Batman. His parents got killed in front of him. That's why he's Batman.
Batman's the villain because Batman could have saved Gotham financially and never did. Batman is the villain because he's a billionaire douchebag, piece of shit. That's why Batman's the villain. He is the bane of Gotham. Fuck the Wayne Foundation charity. That doesn't do shit. All he does is take that money and launder it somehow, put it back in his pocket. He could have fixed the whole fucking situation, but instead he wants to buy a Batmobile and a Batwing and beat up on homeless people or guys who are simply trying to feed their family. Yeah.
Meanwhile, Spider-Man be working 2 jobs and going to school full time.
Exactly. There is
Who
that.
are the real superheroes?
how Batman is the villain?
We're talking about how Batman is the real villain.
Gotham was that corrupt. He couldn't trust nobody with that money. He can't.
Okay, so why didn't he run for office? Why didn't he
Right.
run for office and then invest that money in the infrastructure? Instead, you make the supervillains even worse. You put them in the freaking mental asylum who sits there and torments them and tortures them for no reason.
He didn't put him
Arkham isn't even, I mean, Arkham has there's no rehabilitation program at Arkham Asylum.
The whole building of Arkham Asylum is just corrupt as hell, if you know about it.
And he keeps
Right.
I don't want to go into a Batman lore here, but like...
No, the wrestling's really good. We just are off on a tangent. We just went down a rabbit hole, got stuck in the superhero vortex. The wrestling's actually been really good.
We're at picture in picture though.
Yeah, I'm like, no offense, just who? What match? What match?
I think he's talking about Death Triangle being. I think he thinks Death Triangle's gonna win. I think it's kind of obvious just because of the hot potato issue with the belts they just won, and they're I don't know.
But yeah, I know you're supposed to focus on picture in picture. I just can't, especially when what you call it, the commercial is bigger than the wrestling match. I'm like, I'm not doing this.
I agree. Yeah, and I'm watching on my phone, which makes it even smaller.
Oh yeah. This is a long behind. Like maybe we were talking a long time. This is a long behind commercial break too.
It does seem like a long commercial break.
Off subject question for y'all.
Yeah.
What was your favorite cartoon as a kid?
Oh
Rugrats.
man,
What
that's
year?
a really good one. That's actually a really Recess.
Courage the Cowardly Dog.
Yeah.
I was down with that, but sometimes these just freak me out too much. Like, why get out the house? Why are you
So Courage just did a Cartoon Network special with Scooby-Doo that was kind of low-key terrifying.
Oh,
I
I
have
didn't
to
know
check
that.
that out. I didn't know that. I have to check that out.
Oh.
It was
I
good.
wanna watch it,
I'm a
though.
huge Scooby-Doo fan too.
Is that on HBO?
No, it's on Cartoon Network. So it'll be on like
Hulu.
yeah, in a little bit. But West Coast, you can watch it at like 10:30.
But I'm old, so I like the old Transformers from the late '80s, early '90s. Mask, G.I. Joe.
Flintstones, Jetsons.
Flintstone,
Captain
Jetsons.
Planet.
A pup named Scooby Doo was my ish for a long
Yeah, the pup
time.
named Scooby Doo. Yep.
Captain Planet was bomb. The power is
I cannot
yours.
see Captain Planet anymore without seeing Don Cheadle. And him being
Speaking
like, Captain
speaking
Planet.
of Don Cheadle, you guys got to watch Black Monday on Netflix. It's the special about the Wall Street crash in
It's
1989.
so stupidly good. I feel
Right?
like an episode. It's so stupid.
Oh my
It's so
God, Don
good.
Cheadle is out of control. I watched the whole thing in like 10 hours because they're only like half-hour episodes. I couldn't stop watching it. The show is out of control. It's like Wolf of Wall Street, but better.
Right?
Don Cheadle is insane.
And Regina Regina Hall does not help. No, it does not help at all.
Nope,
She does
she's
not
great.
help at all.
Yeah, that's a must-watch.
All right, here we go. Here we go.
All right, number 10.
Ooh.
10.
That's why I wanted to ask, because this was not like, this was a last minute switch up, right? What do y'all think would have been the outcome of him versus Andrade?
I think whatever the outcome is at the end of this match, I think you're right about him unmasking.
Yeah.
Sammy? I
He
mean,
might
yeah.
be Dark Order. I don't think CHK was gonna let Andrade go.
If I was Tony, I would have said, I ain't about this ish, and just dropped the concept entirely. No, we ain't doing that no more. Move on to
Like,
something else.
I mean, he literally did that. Like, no more Andrade versus 10, and we're having a trios match right now.
I maintain, you know what we should do? Let Eddie Kingston and Andrade just go to the NXT parking lot with Sammy Guevara.
I think it's very interesting that both the dudes that Sammy want to scrap with are two Latino real ninjas. Like, what is he doing?
Well, I can tell you what that's about. If you know his history, you know that he cannot speak Spanish. He is not he is not really involved with that part of his life or his heritage.
But even with that, leave him alone.
So
yeah, but Eddie doesn't really speak Spanish or come off as like overly like.
If you're not, so
You talking Eddie Kingston?
Yeah.
no.
Puerto Rican.
Oh, he's Puerto Rican, but Sammy is half Cuban.
Right.
And that was a part of his like heritage he was not like overly familiar with because his dad wasn't really around too much.
Interesting.
So he already has daddy issues.
Oh.
You add in the fact that you have these dudes who know their heritage, are comfortable in their heritage, live it.
Oh, that was so close. Sorry, not to interrupt. That was a close 2 count.
No. The Hungy going wild.
Hungy
Right?
versus Pac is a match that I want to see happen.
I want to see that now. Yeah.
Yeah, John Silver's a really good wrestler.
And he did not really start off that way. Oh shit!
No.
Right? You see it now. Them kicks. You see it now.
Ooh.
Right? Oh yeah, I forgot CM's a few seconds behind. So.
Oh, I got a bad feeling.
Don't say that.
He just makes everything look so real.
Right? It's funny how some guys have a better ability to do that than others.
Right?
I think that's what separates some of the really good wrestlers from just the mediocre guys. Like,
That's one thing I got to hand it to Dolph Ziggler for.
Yeah. Like when Pat,
I think that's a dumb move. That stupid pendulum. The triple team move that Dark Order does, where they do the pendulum and they hold the guy between them and Johnny Hungee runs underneath them.
That's the first time I actually saw this.
It looks dumb.
I mean, like, it could be a better move you have.
Right? Yeah. I'm not a big fan. I don't think it looks as cool as they think it does.
And maybe because of setup, like I don't like moves that take too long to set up.
I agree.
If it takes longer than 5 seconds, I need you to elbow yourself out.
I agree.
The ball. Why are you still up here?
I agree. That's
What
my
happened?
issue. That's my issue with Pac's Falcon Arrow or 450 Falcon Arrow. He always has to like stand on the top rope and like it takes him 20 minutes to get his footing right before he actually jumps up. I'm like, dude, nobody else is gonna just be laying there that long. Like, come on now.
I mean, I'd much rather that take a long time than.
Oh, then he'd kill himself? Oh, for sure, no doubt. I mean, I don't want him to jump up there and do it and land all crazy or something, or hurt somebody else. But still, if it takes that long to do, then maybe don't do the move. Like, give it that.
Or get your knees up. Why? Like, really?
Yeah.
Is that incapacitated? If you can get your knees up and block the shot.
Right?
I mean, we can always just go back to old school Pentagon. Everybody just gets their arm broken. I'm perfectly fine with that.
Yeah.
See, we're out of picture, and this is a.
What the fuck's going on here? So is that Alex? Oh, he's coming out to offer 10 a contract, huh?
Okay,
There's Rouge.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, CM, you're ahead. I don't mean to give you spoilers. My bad.
No, I'm behind.
I mean behind. That's what I meant, behind. Okay.
Be quiet. Oh, if you can.
If you can't, just say it.
No, I can be quiet. I just.
Woo! He's a bastard.
Yes.
That should be a song. You're a bastard.
So it's definitely
Mr. Pack. Oh, see.
All right, well, I was half right.
Which half weren't you right about?
They didn't unmask 10.
not yet.
He needs to be unmasked.
Not yet they haven't, but it's not totally off.
You.
It's not off. But I guess I'm confused. Why did Pac take the thing from Andrade?
Because he's a bastard. Mr. Pack.
I guess we're switching to Battle of the Belts, huh? Here we go. Right into Battle of the Belts. That was good.
Oh, he
I thought Pac hated them.
That's what I
Rouge?
thought.
Pac wants
Well, you know what? Oh, it's not Andrade. It's Rouge.
But still, it's that same, yeah. So now Pac's going to wrestle right now, I guess right now. Two matches back to back, huh?
Okay, is Battle? Oh, I was going to ask that. So Battle of the Belts is live too?
Yeah, and it's happening right now. Pac's just staying in the ring. He's still got his title belt.
Jobber entrance.
Yeah, right? I'm sorry, Chucky T is trash. Orange Cassidy is trash. And Trent Beretta is so good. And yet he's stuck with these fucking idiots.
Okay.
Best friends.
2/3 of that is bullshit. 1/3 is correct.
The thoughts of ALW, does that reflect everyone's comment on the Workhorse Wrestling episodes?
I was a fan of Chucky like 10, 15 years ago.
I like Chucky P.
When it was Billy and Chuck?
No,
that's different Chuck, I know.
Which is crazy. You went
Right.
from that to now Scissor Me. Yeah.
Right.
Like, really? Really?
Like him having matches against Ricochet back in the day.
Oh! Do-do-do-do! We got a special guest coming into the stream. It is the man, the myth, the legend, your boy Blue.
Yo, what's good?
What up? What up?
Yeah.
Thanks for coming on.
Yeah, I'm here for a short time, not a long time, but it's going to be a good time.
That's what's up.
That's all I need, boo boo.
that's why he took the thingy. He took the ring bell thing so he could hit Alex to shorten the matchup for this.
Because he had to wrestle Trent too.
Oh, we ain't got time for this.
Right? I got to get out of the trios match so I can prepare for my singles match.
This makes sense, but it doesn't make sense. Shit.
The Dark Order lost, of course, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
But I'm glad about that.
Or whatever that shit was supposed to be. Like, you knew all the champions were going to retain.
Yeah, I think that's true.
Like, question. So, like, what Battle of the Belts, if y'all can remember, did someone actually, the belt changed hands?
I don't even remember the last Battle of the Belts. Honestly, I had the first 3. To be honest with you,
When the last one was Claudio versus Gresham? It was Gresham. That was Claudio versus somebody.
I honestly don't remember. Sammy, CM, you guys remember?
I don't. I'm looking it up.
I wasn't paying attention. I've been watching Pac wrestle.
She was asking. Anika was asking when the last time or if a belt has actually changed hands on Battle of the Belts.
One where Vacant lost.
When who lost?
Vacant.
Who's Vacant?
It was the interim TNT championship.
Okay.
Sammy Guevara,
I don't remember
Dustin
Vacant.
Rhodes.
Yeah. Vacant lost.
Vacant lost.
Vacant lost. Yeah, I would think so.
He lost. But I think that's like that match was the one that came to mind. But like I think it wasn't like about the title change hands. They actually like, Lord have mercy. They gave the interim TNT, although Cody was only out for 3 weeks. That was like so weird.
Well, he had COVID. You didn't know.
But like it was an injury. Like you can't come back for like months. But like really, 3 weeks. Like come on, y'all really couldn't wait.
You gotta realize like COVID hits people very differently. So he could have been okay, and then all of a sudden can't work.
So Toa Leona is going to be closing the show in the main event tonight, huh?
Wow.
Who?
Toa Leona?
Yep, from Gates of Agony.
Gates of Agony?
Booty Tay?
Gates of Agony?
They're going to be main eventing the show tonight.
Yeah.
Okay, so if I don't know a name, I'm just going to say Booty Tay.
Toa Leona.
You can say literally anything to me, and I have no clue what you're talking about.
He's related to The Rock.
He is related to The Rock.
On their phone or the real champions? Because this shit is irritating the fuck out of me.
So this will be my first introduction of that team. Will it be good? Like, are they good? Are they good?
I swear they were somebody else before. Were they not? Were the Gates of Agony not another tag team before? Did they not have another name before they were the Gates of Agony?
I can Google it.
I didn't see any other name.
I thought they were another team before that. I thought there was a new name for another group, but I could be wrong.
I think you're thinking like Authors of Pain or Indoshare.
Now, if there are Authors of Pain, I do remember that name.
I don't think they were Authors of Pain.
They're not Authors of Pain.
Well, aren't Authors of Pain the ones who were scanning people?
That I don't know. But I know that Authors of Pain weren't Authors of Pain originally. That was their second name, right? Like,
yeah.
They were in WWE, I think, under a different name. I forget what it was. And then they were.
Wasn't it AP? Oh, Authors of Pain. It was not. I want to say APA so badly, but I think it was something close to that. Like it was abbreviated.
Yeah, I mean they went by AOP a lot, but
yeah.
Toa Leona used to be in a tag team called Toko Uso.
Maybe I'm just mistaken then. Who knows? Too much wrestling. I can't keep it all straight. But I've seen them wrestle Gates of Agony. I like them. It should be a good match. That should be a good main event. Right. FTR doesn't have bad matches, so.
Agreed. Did you watch SmackDown Blue?
Huh?
Did you watch SmackDown?
No. I don't know how to do this shit, bro. My phone, I can't hear nothing. I gotta hold the phone to my ear to hear y'all talk.
Damn.
I don't know what happened. It was working for a second, and now it's being retarded.
What did you do to your phone?
That's what
I can't say nothing. I'm on my niece's laptop right. I'm on my niece's iPad right now. I can't say nothing.
Yeah, we can see and hear you fine.
Is it an iPhone?
I'm going through all my settings trying to figure it out, but
Imagine
It's
I might
FDR
just drop
loses
down into the
tonight.
chat.
Yep. Imagine what, Timmy?
Imagine
Matter of fact, let
FDR
me do that
loses
now because I
tonight.
don't even feel like holding the phone.
Thanks for
All
jumping
right.
in.
Thanks for popping in. All right, now say that again, Timmy.
Imagine FTR loses tonight.
No, I don't see that.
Nah.
Gates and Agony.
I don't see
I would not be mad. Out of all the teams they could lose it to, though that one I would not be mad.
They're that good. Okay.
I mean, there are some teams that are definitely believable. That's one of them that could definitely be believable to beat a team like FTR.
That's cool.
Do I think it'll happen?
Oh!
No, but
That was
No.
so close.
I love when Pac selling TNT, man.
Right? That DDT did bounce on his head and then did a whole full flip.
Like his break his ankles, break his own doggone ankles. It just
Yep, for sure.
Hey.
You always got an open invitation. Thanks for coming on, even though it was only for a minute or two.
always good
welcome.
to see you, homie.
I want to see Roppongi Vice.
Right?
Yeah.
Again, one of the people who came in and it's like they had somewhat of a run and it just stopped.
I'd much rather see Trent and with Roppongi Vice than with best friends and with Chucky being best friends. Like I'm not.
That is because you are a hater.
Well,
I would like best friends better if they could send in a call to Japan and get a member of Chaos to join them. I think y'all know which one I'm thinking.
Toro Yano?
Yeah. You're absolutely correct.
Could you imagine?
Man, him and Orange Cassidy as a tag team, I would actually enjoy Orange Cassidy.
How do you not enjoy Orange Cassidy now?
He is good. The man, they don't know sis. Orange Cassidy is good in the ring, man.
No doubt, he is good in the ring. When he gets going, he's really good. He's a really good worker. I just don't like the whole shtick. The whole gimmick, it just bothers me. I don't know.
But the stick makes the in-ring work better because you're not seeing it coming, and it's purpose to egg his opponent on to make a mistake.
It's I find it much. Oh my God!
Wait, no, I'm not.
Go ahead and do what you gotta do. React.
God damn, that was nasty. Woo! You'll see in a minute. That was nasty.
That's one way to pop your back.
Right?
Was he supposed to go to the table? I thought
Here's the thing, like,
okay.
All of these guys, once you get something over, and I don't know if it's a booking thing or if it's a superstar thing, but once you get something over, they just beat it to fucking death. Like the very first time I ever saw Orange Cassidy with his hands in his pants and do the fake kick, I thought, okay, that's kind of funny and clever and original. I laughed and popped a little bit. But the 800th time he did it, I was like, this is fucking stupid now. When he did it the 800th time in the third match he was in, it's like, this is fucking stupid. You can't do it 10 times every match. Like, give me a fucking break. It gets old real quick.
Jericho does that with certain gimmicky stuff, but
Yeah.
like he'll do it for like a month, maybe two, and then he drops it. Like the demo god and a little bit of the bubbly, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera.
Et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. While Jericho's just trying to come up with anything to keep hanging on. Like, that's my opinion. I think he just keeps reaching for something that's going to continue to click, right?
He's bleeding his back. No, yeah.
Oh!
So the thing with the table,
That had to be
I
from the
think
table, right?
he missed that. Like he wasn't supposed to go through the table. I think Trent was supposed to go through, and someone sit at that table too close to the stage.
Oh, I thought that was over right there.
So far, this is the best battle of the belts. I'll say that. So far, this is the best battle of the
I mean, it don't take much.
This has been a really good opening match. Or I'm sorry, not an opening match. This was the second match.
No,
This is opening match. That's right. Dark Order and then was the main event of Rampage. It all blends together, right? Because it just went from one show to the other.
Right.
That'd be a hell of a stable. I'm up for Ishii, Suzuki, Kingston, and Mox. Blue.
Like I had thought that we would have seen AEW guys going over to New Japan.
Yeah.
Like way more than a half. Yeah.
Yeah.
I want
No.
Curry.
You say 1.5.
Here.
So Lance Archer and Mox, is that who you're counting there?
What about Sting?
Well, he's not going to wrestle. He's just going for
No, he's
Buddha's
not
retirement.
No,
Now,
he's not.
if I had the money, I would. I want to see that. I want to see his last match.
Sting Muda one more time.
It's like for him to be good to
No.
Japan for his retirement matches. Like what?
I'm sorry. Sting is just too old at this point.
Look here, AEW, all right, ALW, okay? You had too many freaking high techs today. Sting is a national treasure, okay?
I just can't do it anymore.
He was the only thing keeping WCW going in 1999 when everybody was going Wolfpack and everybody was losing their doggone freaking mind.
That I'll agree with, but that's a big stretch from then to now.
Yeah, you got to protect him from Nicolas Cage.
Oh, here we go. The bastard.
Listen to that. I see it.
He is a bastard.
He is a bastard.
Mr. Pack. This is a song.
Oh, he yacked him in the eye, I bet. Yep. All right, well.
You can't be mad at the bastard.
Fight forever.
Fight forever.
Fight forever.
Whoa.
Okay, OC.
You guys see it now?
Shit. Orange Cassidy. Damn, he's going after Pac.
Keep on tight. That's his friend. Keep on tight of this foolishness.
Well, and these two have a history, right? Like, they have already wrestled a couple times. And
yeah.
They've had a couple good matches for sure.
I wouldn't mind him taking the All Ocean title from Pac, but
My favorite Orange Cassidy matches were against Pac.
Yeah, stretch it out. Like, wait a month if you can. Wait a month.
Although I think my favorite Pac match might have been against Mox or Omega. Pac has had a lot of great matches.
Pac is underrated for sure.
I don't think he has bad matches in AEW. Like everybody's gone against, it's been banger after banger.
Like
He's the kind of guy that's so good that at this point he doesn't have bad matches. He just doesn't. Like even when it's not like maybe 5-star, it's still really, really good. I mean, everything he does is really good.
It doesn't matter who his opponent is. It's at least going to be a 3.5.
Exactly, no matter what.
Like that Orange Cassidy Pac versus Omega match in 2021. That was real good. Like to the point where it's like, we're not running this. Like I was very surprised. Like we're not running this back. We're just gonna let this be the end. Okay. I mean, y'all could if y'all really want to run that back, but fine.
Is Jericho ever going to retire?
I don't think.
Yeah, I hope so.
Okay, so
He's gonna be Ric Flair, right? He's gonna be like 85 and still doing his last match,
whoo,
Jericho's
don't
last match.
don't
Please
say
don't
that.
speak that either.
Ric Flair is crazy. I don't know what Ric Flair is on, but you like old man. If you don't sit your behind down,
I
He is,
am
but
one.
I need money.
I am 150 million% convinced that Ric Flair wants to die in the wrestling ring.
He
then
said he does.
then on your deathbed, we're gonna roll you to a ring and pull the plug. But until then, I'm gonna actively put you in matches with liabilities and stuff, man.
Yeah, no, he wants to be. He wants to die from a heart attack, getting chopped by somebody.
I'll be back.
All right,
See, okay, why are we
we'll be
playing this
here.
man's death? Because now I'm like, okay, so when you're 99 on your deathbed, we're gonna roll you to the ring. We're gonna have Walter come in, one quick smack.
Exactly.
beep,
That's not Walter.
beep, beep.
That's not Walter.
Right. Walter would just collapse his whole chest.
Honestly, I blame Ricky the Dragon Steamboat and Sting. If these crackheads were not still wrestling, Ric Flair would not have this in his mind. One more match. No, you old freaking man that
Had he
almost died.
taken care of his body like that, he could do that.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, Sting's only 60 and Rick's 80, so like there is a difference there.
Like there's that, and Sting took like a huge break. Like it was 10 years. Like was it 10 years? Definitely like 5 years before he went to TNA, right? If I'm not mistaken.
Mhm.
Like so, like he had time for his body to heal. Unlike Flair, who doesn't want to stay home.
Well, Sting also wasn't horny, so when your body can rest, your body can rest.
Suzuki would
Agreed.
definitely. Suzuki Flair would be interesting. Grandpa versus Murder Grandpa.
Who? See, Lord, let's get off this. Another way Ric Flair can die. So let Murder Grandpa actually murder you in the ring when you're 94. Let's
There
go.
you go. There you go.
We can make it a thing for you if you really want to. But let's just keep wait 20 more years. You got you got kids. You're probably gonna have grandkids in about a couple of years. Just
He
knock it
got
off.
grandkids. So
Yep.
is Conrad gonna be booking like his death match?
Right? Ric Flair's final death match. Rick is
I'm
Rick
guaranteed.
thinking-
That's what it
Rick
is.
is guaranteed to die tonight.
I have ideas. If we gonna do this, we gonna do. Like, but honestly, it's like back to retirement matches after Ric Flair and HBK.
Yeah.
Those were perfectly written storylines to end your career.
No doubt.
And if you're not gonna do it like that, I honestly would just like you just to fade away.
Yeah.
Just fade away. You don't like one day you do a big match, but don't say it's your retirement match. Just do the big match that you wanted from your favorite rival and just float away. Nope.
And now we see what Tom Brady is going through, and I don't think Tom Brady gonna win another ring again.
Listen, he ain't never loved He did not love Giselle. That was a booty call. You don't understand that.
So long as booty call.
That was a booty call. The nigga didn't wrap it up, and now they had a baby, and their public was like, now I have to get married. He did not love Giselle. He didn't. So that's why her opinion did not matter. Come on, stay home, baby. Like, damn, F these kids. I'm gonna
Without her and her magic, he would not have won those rings.
we didn't even talk about that foolishness. He is not the GOAT. He's not the greatest of all time.
I didn't say he was the GOAT. I'm just saying he won the ring.
Yeah, no. I'm like these. Ooh, let's not go down the rabbit hole. I'm like y'all really, like sports commentators. We just not gonna say anything about Spygate no more. We ain't gonna say nothing about deflated balls. He just won them rings, just all by himself, and he's the best. Like really. Ooh, y'all chocolate on this TV screen.
Right. I'm a little like, obviously Jade is gonna win, but why are they gonna have Willow lose to her twice in a row? Like,
I really wish they would have pushed this. I know you need a female match for your Battle of the Belts, but I want like for Willow versus Jade too. I want it to be an actual question in everyone's mind
I
that
agree.
Willow could win. They should have pushed it back for at least like a month.
I
Like,
agree.
Can you get a month? Can you get a month of push for Willow before we do this?
I agree. Yeah, I mean, we just saw her lose last week. Why is she gonna win this week?
Because, like I said, we need a female match. And
I mean, I guess that's why they have the matches. That's why they play the games, right? Because anyone can win in theory, if it's not pre-scripted, of course.
Right.
But
if it's a multi-man match, that's like she beat like three chicks at once. So like 3 matches. So like
right.
She goes so we can tie her up faster.
That's funny.
like some people, they take me a minute to warm up to. When I saw Willow, it really was like an instant.
Yeah, I agree.
I love her, and I cried. I cried Wednesday when she got the pin. I'm like, is this her first pin? Is this her first win in AEW? Oh my god, this is so awesome.
I don't think it's going to be as clean as everybody thinks it's going to be.
No?
I
hope not.
either.
So, my opinion on Ric Flair.
Yes.
Space Mountain can't be open for 65 years and you not expect some wear and tear.
No doubt.
Space Mountain closing. They changed it into Prison of the Frog. White, see?
Yep.
It's closing.
Yeah.
Pack it up. Let's go.
Yep. No, for sure. I mean, Rick has lived a hard life, right? Like, the fact that he's even alive still at 80 is insane. Like,
so you would think it's like, I'm alive. Let me sit my behind down and enjoy the rest of my freaking year.
No, I think he's convinced that, like, if I slow down, I will die. Like,
and he might.
One that surprises me is Ozzy Osbourne.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Like, when you hear the stories of the things he was doing when he was...
Oh, yeah. Younger, for sure.
Crazy Ozzy lived through the 80s.
Oh!
You saw it?
Yeah. Willow just got face planted. Damn. Jade's finisher all on the steps.
Oh my god. But no, like Ozzy Osbourne is a miracle. Like he was like from going to mumbling to me actually understanding what the heck that you saying. You're like an actual human being now. Like what did you stop taking? So everybody can stop taking that.
Yeah, he was fucked up for a long time.
It's like, Negro, no one can understand you, boo boo. What is you doing?
Between mumbling and the British accent, the heavy British accent, he was hard to understand on that show a lot of times. Exactly.
Yeah.
What are you talking about?
Ozzy on the Osbournes.
Mm.
Between the mumbling and the British accent, half the time you couldn't understand what he was saying. More than half the time.
I understood what he was saying, but I also spoke drunk, so.
Without your captions on, you understood?
Yeah. When you have so I'm from the rural South. You learn to speak drunk.
Yeah.
He was speaking drunk.
Yeah.
Now, all the British stuff didn't make sense to me.
Right. All the references and words and stuff.
But I still understood it. Okay, so question for y'all. That is completely off topic, but we're in picture.
Right.
I am. Did y'all ever read the Harry Potter books?
Yep.
No.
First one.
All of them. Cover to cover. 2, 3, 4 times, I think.
Did you pick up on the time that it was happening or no?
Say that again?
Did you pick up, like, the years it was happening.
Yes, I read them when they came out.
No, I mean, like, did you pick up on the fact that everything was happening in like the 80s and 90s?
Oh no, I didn't. They never really stated like a time frame year wise that I ever remember. Like it was just kind of at present day. But I guess if you look back at some of the stuff was kind of older. I mean,
So it was like for like the 80s and 90s.
interesting.
I
I did
didn't
not know
realize
that.
that until much, much later.
I did not know that. I mean, if you think about it, like the car that they flew was definitely not a modern car. I mean, that was an older car, and
I
a
thought
lot
that
of
was just because British people don't drive.
well, yeah. I mean, me too. I mean, I thought some of that too. I mean, but I mean, when you look at the Dursleys, like in the very first opening scene of Harry Potter 1, and he's leaving for work, like his car doesn't look like an older car. Like I didn't think that looked like the 80s or the 90s. It seemed pretty
It
modern.
was before then.
Interesting.
Excuse you. We do not
What?
have the mayor. Hold on.
Mayor Piggly
What?
Wiggly?
Lord have
What
We
the
do
mercy.
fuck
not
are
have
you
a
talking
Piggly
about?
Wiggly. We don't have a Piggly Wiggly where I'm from. That is in OG Washington. That is not where I'm originally from. We don't have a Piggly Wiggly. We don't have a technical grocery store. And he's not a pig. He's a ginger. Get it right.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, let's go, Willow.
Damn,
Dude,
man.
oh, okay.
Fucking CHK. This match is great. With Jade and Willow, 2 for 1.
This
Love it.
might be one of Jay's best matches.
Willow brings it out of folks.
Move.
Let's go, Willow!
This is the one when I was picking, I didn't know who to actually pick.
Really?
No, we are only a town because we have a post office. Like
You really live in the middle of nowhere like that?
where I'm from, on a good day, the proper township has maybe 70 people
Damn.
from Bridge.
That's where you're from. That's where you live now, though, too?
No,
Okay.
I don't.
Damn.
I don't know if I could actually live there anymore for longer than a week or two. Man,
Damn.
my hometown is really very, very, very. There's very low crime. We've only had 2 murders in the entire town's history.
Damn.
Oh, wow.
Oh, no.
It was also
I mean, if you take that number per capita, that's a pretty high number, though, isn't it?
Damn it.
I mean,
Right? Of course.
it's been a town for like 300 plus years.
Yeah, but there's only been 500 people in the town over those 300 years. So 2 murders is like 20%. No, I'm just kidding.
It was also cursed, so the
Damn.
Blackbeard lived there.
Oh, what we got here? Excuse me.
Are we finally gonna get Nyla having some type of something?
I guess.
What the fuck?
Really, Ninja? You gonna take the title? What the devil? What is he doing?
Right?
What is
Who's gonna tell him not to? Surprise, bitch!
Surprise, bitch.
Really? This is how we gonna do this?
Okay, then.
That was dope. That's how they be moving in Southeast, though. That's how they be moving in Southeast.
Okay, low key. Paige was trying to talk like try to be shady to WWE, but you kind of shade CHK right there, like for a little bit, honestly.
Yeah, my volume's off. My captions are way behind, and it only gives like half of them anyhow. So I have no idea what they're actually talking about.
So basically, they're talking about contract tampering, but no,
Uh,
but then Ethan was like, Roosh is a real boss. He laid down the law. Oh, you mean like unlike CHK? Like I was that line out. I took that line out. Oh, okay.
It's only Tony Khan's fault that he can't run a tight ship.
I'm like, this one's. I'm like, y'all was trying to be shaded WWE, but you kind of shaded CHK in that promo. Look, no, like no offense. I would have rewrote that. Unless that was before the whole Andrade Sammy incident, it was like, dang, on it. All right, I'll be back. Last match.
Last match.
What happened? Name me a wrestler named Matt that doesn't have a large head.
Morgan.
Matt Morgan?
His swole body doesn't go with his head.
No. His head is too small for his body.
He a little lollipop head.
He has a lollipop head.
Like real name Matt? I think it's only one. Oh, did y'all see that since Biden overturned weed issues, RBD is reinstated as ECW and WWE champion?
I did not.
No, he just really has a big head. And he angles it so he looks bigger than what he is. I've been waiting years for other people to notice Matt Hardy's abnormally large head. He's not like Jordan Devlin size yet.
Right? Jordan Devlin does have a huge fucking head.
You guys see the White Rabbit tees?
No.
Looked like the rabbit. Well, there was a purple X, which, Extreme Rules. Rabbit burrows a hole at the X, and it looks like a thing of fire shoots out, and you hear screams. So I guess that the rabbit entered into hell.
Into Bray Wyatt's hell?
Well, it comes off as a Doom reference to me. Doom guy had a pet rabbit, and that's why he went and slaughtered all them demons.
It's going to be interesting to see what they do with the White Rabbit. It better be a good payoff, otherwise people are going to be pissed.
Look, I'm already pissed. They have to watch SmackDown for no reason. I'm
already pissed. I have to watch SmackDown for no reason.
You ever play Doom?
No.
I think I saw the movie once.
With The Rock?
I did see the movie with The Rock, yes.
No, I don't watch anything with Dwayne if I can help it.
Why are you so needy tonight?
Why are you so anti-Dwayne?
Why is he so anti-black?
Oh, that's messed up.
And also, I was going to say something, but sometimes cats just need petting and love and affection.
Doom guys, John Wick. Well, they didn't kill the rabbit. They might have stole it, but I think it might have been just a situation of the bunny wandered in.
We get Swerve versus Daddy Ass on Wednesday.
Swerve in the ass, swerve in the ass.
Swerve in the ass. There you go. That's a new tag team. We need Swerve in the ass. Storm and Cheetah. That's fucked up. It might very well be true, but it's fucked up.
Hold on. Now, Michael Jackson did have a documented medical disease. Sammy Sosa just got real liberal with the bleach.
No doubt.
And there's also the whole thing that he was like, "Oh, I'm not Rocky Johnson's son. Motherfucker, you look just like Rocky Johnson's other kids. The fuck you talking about?"
I never heard him say that, but
the way Sammy Sosa be like, "I'm not black, I'm Dominican."
right?
That's how Rock be. I'm not black, I'm Samoan.
I'm Samoan.
He claims
Came out looking redder than Buddy Love. Am I wrong?
Bruh, they really got this man out here calling this match and this neck brace.
Right? And the neck brace. I was like, what is up with that?
Jericho went try with Caprice Coleman.
Prince Nana.
I bet you won't try it with him.
Right? Both of these guys are beasts. I like Gates Agony.
Team I'd like to see him up against is GOD.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That'd be good.
Going back to BTE, when Tama Tonga and them were in the locker room and that fight broke out, and irony of ironies, the chair starts flying, and Tama Tonga's just sitting there like, I don't care, just as long as the chair don't hit me. Actually, incorrect, Blue. My first teaching job, I taught students who came straight from the islands, and they would tell you in their school system, they were taught that they were black.
Interesting.
It's when they came over here and assimilating.
I mean, ultimately, if you believe in the out of Africa concept, then we're all right originally. From
Let's not go there, sir.
The original man was black anyhow, so
let's not go there because I've heard that justified for use of the N-word and
I don't know about that. I'm not sure you can justify one for the other, but yes.
I'm sorry. I'm like NTR. Gates of Agony terrifies me. Yeah. But again, it's people that come from different places that come to America. Because if you go back to Jim Crow and shoot, even now, immigrants that are black would say, I'm not black, I'm Jamaican or whatever. And that
right. For sure.
You get more benefits if you're not black because folks thought black was Black American.
Well, black isn't an ethnicity, right? Like, it's just a skin color, right? Like, you can be all sorts of ethnic. You can have all sorts of ethnic background and be black. I mean,
no.
But I kind of like that. Thing.
Yes.
It's like,
what do you mean, no?
What's up, Dominican? What's up?
Yeah, you can be Dominican.
You got me. Okay.
You could be Jamaican. You could be Haitian. You could be all sorts of different. They're not all the same blacks.
That's a nationality. That's not an ethnicity.
I guess. Yeah, I guess you're right.
I mean, we can argue about it all day. That's one of my degrees. So
no. I mean, I'm a political science major, so I mean, we can't argue about it. But I mean, I guess you're right. I mean,
so yes, Blue, like that's part of the issue. That's really part of the issue. Further division.
How do you think the internet would react if there was an upset with the main event?
Nope.
Burned to a crisp.
That's go away heat, go to hell heat from the center of the earth. All kind of heat you do not want for your company.
Wrestling Twitter would be just like Big Brother Twitter is right now. Hot garbage.
Because everybody's wanting FTR to take the AEW championships.
Yeah, I mean, this is just for the AAA titles, right? So, I mean, it's not, I mean...
No.
It's for RHA.
ROH, sorry, my bad. So, it's not the AEW titles, of course, so, I mean... But
Now,
yes, no, there's no way FTR's losing tonight. Not to a team that's only got 2 matches in AEW that nobody really knows about.
Now, no offense, I kind of want to see the world burn. I kind of want to see, like, let's just see if we get the AAA belts off of FTR, what would happen? Let's just see.
Yeah, no, I mean, I'm all for it. Like, I would have been happy if Tony had done something crazy and let Willow actually beat Jade, or let these guys beat FTR. Like, why does it always have to be predictable? Like, I mean, to be fair, I lost the predictions championship for THH, so maybe it's not predictable, but, you know, a lot of times it feels like we know what's going to happen already.
And I get that.
I would love to see these guys get a huge push.
Yeah.
I think they're great.
But there should be a story, though. It shouldn't be out of the blue just for doing it for F's sake. You know? Like, those kind of wins, that's when it's like, dude, what are you doing?
Well, the story would be leaving an impression. Coming into this company, beating the champ, taking the titles, like that is a hell of a way to debut into a company.
Yeah, and they are only the ROH titles, so I mean, it's not like FTR loses a lot. I mean,
well, geez, you sound like Jericho.
Like, I'll say this: the best version of that was when KO came in, and KO beat John Cena. I think that was like the best debut of any for a long time. Like let him come in, beat him up, not beat him in the match, but beat the crap out of him, and then in the match he wins. I think that's like yeah. I wouldn't mind that. So like straight up. Like straight up newcomers beating champs.
He just.
I feel like there's already quite a few people in the group though, like, and it's a solid group. Samoa Joe, FTR, and then you got Wardlow too.
Wardlow needs a personality. That's his.
I agree.
And please get a better name than Wardlow. I mean, no, not Wardlow. Ward Joe. I mean, like broke down version of G.I. Joe doll. Like, come on. We can do something better if we're going to create. Like, no one needs a team name, but if we're going to give them a team name, I need to put more thought into it than Ward Joe.
That's a terrible name. And Wardlow needs to get better. He needs to be a better wrestler. He needs to get better still. I mean,
now
he's really good, but they limit his moveset.
Maybe so. I mean, maybe that's true. I don't know. I tend to think it's the other way around, but maybe not.
There is a lot of potential of them as a faction, though. Like, I mean, they're holding so many belts already.
Now I'll say this: Wardlow versus Brian Cage last Wednesday. That match humped. Like that match.
That was a good match. But I think Brian Cage is a really, really good wrestler.
Brian Cage is like, if you forgot who I was, let me reintroduce myself.
Pause. Hold up.
The problem is that Wardlow's better on the mic than he is.
You don't like Orange Cassidy, but you like Brian Cage?
Yeah. Like I said, Orange Cassidy's a good wrestler. He goes to the room. I just don't like his gimmick. I like Brian Cage's gimmick. I think Brian Cage is a cool dude. I like Brian Cage. I think he's a bit of an asshole. He seems to have kind of trouble follow him around too? Like he's had some backstage issues and whatever, and been kind of I know. I guess he's been. I guess he can have a bad attitude at times, I suppose. But
I
I
couldn't
like
eat
Brian
a dozen eggs every morning.
What the fuck does that have to do with anything?
That's what Brian Cage eats for breakfast every day. I could not do that. That is
No.
just. I'm like 2 eggs and ugh.
No.
No.
Look,
Why
I'll
do
be
you
real.
say that?
You said that
How
all
did
the
that
about
happen?
the parts. So
Like, it was one of those storylines where we were with the FTR was like, we're not gonna go against Wardlow, but we didn't get an exact split. So I'm like, really? We're just gonna okay, fine. We're just gonna drop it and just never mention it again until Wardlow needs to be back on the burner. So we're gonna put FTR back to help him out.
Yeah, I mean, when MJF went away, the Pinnacle definitely, went to the back burner for sure. Obviously.
So who's considered the heater in this situation?
FTR. Wardlow.
FTR is considered the heater. Okay.
For Wardlow, because Wardlow needs after that MJF debacle, I don't know what to do because like we
honestly we haven't seen any of them for months, at least not substantially.
But when FTR left, they were so hot.
Yes.
Like even if they're gone for months, they come back. It's like okay, it's on a 7 at worst, but it's not going to be on a 4 or 2. It's going to be on a 7 or higher. So.
And then Samoa Joe had to do filming, and that's why he was gone. As for Wardlow, I don't understand.
Tony Khan didn't know how to book him.
No.
He just left him off TV.
This time I blame MJF. MJF went to business for himself with his contract, and the whole way he left things and put the whole him versus Wardlow match, made that all about him, even though Wardlow won. That did not help Wardlow at all. And after that, it's like, now
if
granted,
Tony knew how to book him better, he could have booked him to get over that. He didn't.
Now,
really
I'll say that to make that go away, you could give him good matches. But yeah, MJF at his which I ain't gonna Lord don't want to put words.
The trajectory.
He messed it up.
So the plane ticket, was that a work?
A shoot that became a work.
A shoot that became a work. I'm gonna go with that. But who bought the plane ticket?
Right.
That's gonna
we'll
be.
We'll never know the truth.
No, that's gonna be on what you call it. The wrong side. What's the show called?
Dark Side of the Ring.
That's the Dark Side of the Ring episode. Who bought the plane ticket?
Congratulations to 2022 for giving Dark Side of the Ring so much new material to work with.
Right?
As soon as they thought, well, this is gonna be our last season.
A whole new season just from this year alone.
We got 2 more. We got 2 more seasons. We got 2 more seasons full of content.
Bruh.
Weren't they gonna work on the Vince McMahon documentary or whatever?
Oh, you guys were talking at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
CM and Sammy were talking at the same time.
What happened, Sammy?
You go first.
I was saying, who would have thought that the year 2022, Vince retiring would not be the craziest thing?
Right? There's times I even forget that Vince retired. Like,
how about the fact that he wrestled a match this year?
Yeah.
Wait, what?
Technically, him versus Pat McAfee for them dumb behind 3 minutes that were so unnecessary.
Yeah, he beat Pat McAfee in a match.
Yep.
3 minutes of my life that I really could have gotten back.
That's what Linda said.
Uh,
But going off of that, that's why
Ew.
when people are like, why are the wrestlers asking for the releases? We thought this ninja was gonna be in charge until the freaking lid was closed and he was 6 feet in the ground. No one thought, like literally 10 years at best, we thought Vince McMahon was gonna be in charge of WWE. So I feel a little bad because even though Vince was over WWE, Papa H was treating NXT people well. Like I don't think people realize how good they loved it in NXT. So that's why I'm giving people leniency when they're like, I kind of want to go back to Papa H. I just want to see if I can make it. I give him leniency. I give him leniency. I give him empathy.
Because a lot of people had issues with Vince. They didn't have any issues with Triple H.
It was all Vince.
It was all Vince.
Make no mistake about it. AEW has created a niche of their own. It's still not WWE. WWE is the pinnacle of professional wrestling in many respects, especially WrestleMania and main eventing WrestleMania. If you're a professional wrestler and you haven't done that, that's got to be one of your dreams. I don't care who you are or how old you are. Like,
I mean, I feel like they had lost that though, and I feel like they're getting it back now.
Yeah.
But they
no, I mean, I think Vince
wrestling.
took that away from some people. I think some people realized it wasn't worth dealing with Vince to get that, and now that Vince is gone, it's an easier, you don't have to deal with that shit. So, not to mention now you might actually have a chance, right? Like there's so many guys under Vince that would have never had a chance, but under Triple H now they might.
Like okay, this was under Vince's reign, but still, KO main evented WrestleMania was Stone Cold Steve freaking Austin. I don't care about Stone Cold. KO main evented WrestleMania. Can we just give that a piece? Just a minute, like, baby, you did it. You did it. It was a 2.5 out of 5-star match, but it was still good enough to be on main event.
Yeah, and for a guy like Kevin Owens, that had to be just a dream come true. Like, even though it's Stone Cold with 2 bad knees and it's all of 3 minutes, it's like I was in the fucking ring at WrestleMania with Stone Cold Steve Austin. Like, you know what I mean? To be able to say that is pretty incredible.
Like, I feel like on concrete. When I'm like, wait, hold up.
To be able to say that would almost make someone, want to tell their friend to bite somebody for them. I'm just.
This has been a really good match.
Like all right. What's the team name again?
Gates of Agony.
Gates of Agony. All right. I see y'all. I like it. It's cool.
No, you're right. I mean, I think that's right. I mean, I think you tend to forget, right? You always have recency bias, and you forget. It's like, oh well, and you think that now it's going to be different. So not only do you forget how bad maybe you were treated at WWE, but now you're thinking, oh, well, it's probably going to be different too, right? So.
But I also would flip that. People who thought they were going to get more airtime on AEW was like, oh, wait, hold up. I'm only getting one match a month.
Play the boss music.
Right? It's catch-22.
I want to see him. Come on.
Okay, this is what I think they wanted the Trustbusters to be, but it was executed poorly. Like this new group, I'm interested in. I would like to see what goes on. I like to see what's the next chapter of this group.
Here we go.
Why does Wardlow look like he's about to sell me a car?
There's Joe. I'm up for Joe and Cage.
Right? Just give me more Joe. Give me more Joe.
So, do you think Joe is more over because he's a big guy and does what he does, or in spite of the fact that he's a big guy? He's so good that it doesn't matter, or you think that it's because he's a big guy and does what he does that people are so like?
Okay.
Like
Joe,
his body style works for him, like Mark Hunt. You know.
there is something to be said about big men doing small men things, but what helps Joe be a superstar is his whole vibe. Like that's a grown behind man in that freaking ring. Like my dad was like, some people he's like, I can take that wrestler. He ain't that. Joe, if I see Joe in the street and he wants to smoke, I'm running in the other direction because he is that dude. He is a grown behind man. He will do something.
I mean, my favorite thing about Joe is when somebody leaps off something to get to him and he just casually turns.
Like, that's the vibe. Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
like
I can agree with that.
People were going for Ollie Davis's throat, but he had a point. When they bought ROH, that was an extra headache that they didn't need, or not didn't need, but they need a TV deal immediately. When they didn't have a TV deal, that's an extra couple of months that really affected your main brand of Dynamite and Rampage. Like if you're gonna buy ROH, I wouldn't have announced it until you got the TV deal. And I know it longer than he expected it to be, but yeah, like that really lost focus on what you should be doing.
On the positive side, Tony owns 100% of Ring of Honor.
That is the positive side, but use it as well. Like you have it, use it, boo boo.
Yeah, I mean the jury's still out, right? Like we're gonna have to wait and see what he ends up doing with it ultimately, right? I mean, clearly though, I do think we've already seen that his plate is too full, and as a result, he hasn't been able to do as much as he'd probably like to with Ring of Honor. Like, I'm not sure that that's why there isn't a TV deal. Maybe he's trying to negotiate that; just hasn't happened yet. I don't know, but it would seem like ROH is kind of has to be on the back burner a little bit because AEW has to be on the front burner. I mean, no matter how you try and do it, ROH is not AEW, and AEW is the big thing right now. So that's where Tony's focus is going to be, right? Naturally, and should be. So, I mean, our Ring of Honor is obviously going to get the back burner just by nature, right? Unless you bring somebody else in to run it, which you should. I mean,
right. And like, you can have your champions, but they should get TV time as well. Like Joe should be on both brands. Like I think he has certain people he wants to be on Ring of Honor to get it up and going. Joe needs to be on both shows. I need to see more Joe on AEW. I really do.
Would you be okay with it being Ring of Honor Dark and Ring of Honor Elevation?
Yeah.
No.
I wouldn't mind it at all.
I'd rather Ring of Honor had its own show, even if it's on YouTube. But just because I like Dark and Dark Elevation, but I mean, I don't know. But I agree with Anika too. Like, I like seeing the Ring of Honor titles defended on AEW television, whatever title it is. I mean, I like it when they do that. So I'm all for seeing more of that too. So,
and even if it's something as simple as, do that Ring of Honor night. Like this is Ring of Honor night on Rampage, and so people know. All right, these are the people from Ring of Honor that are just going to be on your Ring of Honor show in the future. Like that would just like at least stabilize and tell people this is how the show is going to look in the future. Like I wouldn't mind that either.
Yeah, we should have had a Ring of Honor pay-per-view by now of some sort.
We had one. July?
We did.
We should have it. We should have had one more recently than that too.
Yeah.
Yes, they did. The Acclaim did get over on Dark. A lot of people have gotten over on Dark. I mean, yeah. That's where Tony does, grows his homegrown talent, you know what I mean, or tries to. I mean, that's definitely the developmental Dark and Dark Elevation.
But I'll say this. So that was probably one of the best parts of him and Billy Gunn when they were trying to come together with the Ass Boys, and they're like, I got you again. Where? on Dynamite? No. On Rampage? No. Elevation.
Elevation.
Yeah, I'm like that wasn't supposed to be stupid funny, but that was the most stupidest, funniest thing I saw on that show. I think.
All right. So, which shows you guys like better, Battle of the Belts or Rampage?
That's hard to say because it was a continuation of like it wasn't two separate shows, right?
I'm going with Rampage.
Rampage definitely though, yeah.
But match of the night, I might give it to the main event of Battle of the Belts.
Yeah, I don't. It's Battle of the Belts. I thought was good, but I feel like we all knew who was going to win each of those matches, which makes it less exciting. And so that takes away a little bit from it. I mean, Rampage is a little bit more up in the air and had a little bit more kind of stuff on it that I wasn't expecting. So I mean, I don't know. It's probably a toss-up. They were both good.
My match of the night, Death Triangle versus Dark Order. I honestly, like you said, I didn't know who was going to win, which added an anticipation and excitement to it, right? And of course, like they killed it in the ring as well. So that's my match of the night.
I mean, I didn't have Dark Order winning, but I thought it'd be nice if they did.
I didn't either, but like that was me saying they shouldn't win. But I wasn't 100%. I wasn't even like. I'm not. I'll say I was 65 to 70% sure that Triangle was going to retain, but I wasn't like. Yeah, it wasn't 100%. It wasn't 100% at all.
Yeah, I think Pac and Trent was my match of the night. Even though I knew Pac was going to win, that was a very amazing match.
Mm-hmm.
What about you, CM? You got a match of the night?
This one was hard.
Moxley and Blackpool Combat Club versus Roosh and Private Party. That keeps on giving, Blue. It was the pick that kept on giving.
Only if Starks wins.
Right. We got to be very specific about when we reach for stuff. Starks should win versus Chris Jericho.
Jericho would put over Starks. He's light enough.
Ricky Starks ROH Championship run. That
would be nice. I'm all for that. You guys got a LVP of the night or an MVP and an LVP for the night?
Mm-hmm. Okay. MVP Pac. It's like literally 30 to 40 minutes of wrestling back to back, and then you're selling like a mad dog, and you're still being the bastard. Yeah, he's MVP for me. He's MVP.
Yeah, he did literally wrestle back to back, and he did a lot in the trios match too, and then had a banger with Trent right afterwards.
Right. Yeah, it wasn't like he was on the sideline for 10 minutes. They're inter-tagging that dude.
No doubt.
I suppose I give LVP to the Varsity Blondes.
Yeah, there you go.
Were they there?
They were there.
For a half a second.
And then we got the Varsity Athletes.
They weren't there. We don't count them.
They lost Julia, and this is here.
LVP Tony Khan for not having RH a deal.
Yeah, I'm going with Tony Khan for LVP for booking Willow to lose twice to Jade in back-to-back weeks.
Yeah.
I'm not happy about that. It's hard to push somebody when you have them lose. Like, I know she looks good. She's looked good against Jade, but she's lost twice clean now. And it's like, are we supposed to believe her that she's actually going to maybe beat her down the road? Or, I mean, maybe she's not, so maybe it doesn't matter. But
wins and losses matter, especially when you're trying to hype someone else. When you're trying to hype someone up.
No doubt. I like that. We should definitely start doing a workhorse award. I like that idea. For tonight,
yeah,
definitely win it. I like that. That's a good idea.
Ooh,
Moxley consistently.
Moxley consistently for sure.
call
Right.
that Rampage Rider of the Night.
So MVP,
Huh?
MVP.
Uh,
Pac.
about that for a minute.
Claudio.
Yeah, I think we did. Yeah, I think Pac too. I'm gonna go with Pac just because of the back to back and yeah, he had 2 really good matches in 2 hours.
That's very true. That's very
Yeah.
true. Back to back. Yeah. All right. Yeah, you're right. Pack. Back. Back.
It's Pac. Pac is back.
This
This would be perfect, dude. This is hysterical, dude. CM's dumbass donkey of the day.
I mean, that would always go to. Okay.
Yeah, spice it up.
Okay. How about dumbass donkey of the week?
There you go.
Dumbass donkeys of the week go to Sammy Guevara
Mm.
and Tony Khan. Because Sammy and Tony, if a man gets on Twitter and says, "Oh, I'm going to see you tomorrow," it doesn't matter what he says when he comes to the arena. He means that he is going to see you tomorrow. And that means you gonna catch them hands. I don't know why. No one translated that for y'all before. But it's translated for you now. If anybody tells you, I'll see you, they are coming to get you. Don't be a dumbass donkey. Be prepared. Have some nuts for you. Learn how to bob and weave. You got slapped if the first time for talking shit. Did you not learn that
Learn how to bob and weave.
talking shit is not your forte, Samuel? Sit over there in the corner with the children and be quiet.
Oh no,
Tony
you
Khan,
gonna talk your stuff.
Tony Khan, I'm gonna talk directly to you, Tony Khan. Tony Khan, you need somebody to put the fear of God in these men in the back. The
Mhm.
women, they a little crazy, but the men is the crazy ones. Tony Khan, hire someone. Hire a black mother to come with a belt. Hire a Hispanic or Latina mom to come with the chancla. And I promise you, between those 2 women, you will not have any more no problems. No more problems afterwards.
That's
I already love
hilarious.
this segment. I already love
Right?
this segment.
That's hilarious.
Also, fuck CM Punk.
On GP, always fuck CM Punk and Matt Taven.
Matt Taven, I did like that interview. Matt Taven, he was very nice in that interview. But yeah,
Do we want to do some really quick down and dirty predictions for Extreme Rules on Sunday?
Yes.
All right. Does
do
somebody
you
have
have
a
the
match
card?
card? I don't.
I can name them off. There's only 6 matches.
Okay.
We
Alright,
saved
so we
it.
got,
NXT style, takeover style.
in my opinion, the most difficult to predict.
Oh god.
We got Liv and Ronda.
Damn, you actually right about that shit. That is hard.
Ronda's gonna win, just because I don't think that they're gonna have Liv beat both Shayna and Ronda. Like, it's bad enough she already beat Shayna, and I think they want to put the title on Ronda. I just think they do. I don't like it. I wish they wouldn't. It pisses me off. I'm not a Liv Morgan fan, but I really fucking hate Ronda Rousey. So anybody but Ronda. But I think that the WWE likes Ronda Rousey.
I feel like whichever one it is, comes Saudi Arabia, they're losing the title to Charlotte.
Oh yeah.
And
Yeah.
I think that will be Liv. I think Liv will beat Ronda because I don't think Ronda can handle another loss to like Charlotte.
But
I think if she loses to Charlotte, she's done.
But that's my prediction, is that they're gonna go to Saudi and Charlotte's winning the title.
But like, I'll say this: even though the first one was a cash in and the second one was controversial, do y'all really think they're gonna let Liv beat Ronda 3 times?
No.
I don't think so. So
Cody beat Seth 3 times.
that was Cody though. Cody was worthy of beating Seth 3 times. Is Liv really worthy of that?
No.
Is Ronda really worthy of having a championship?
It could be a
I mean,
situation that Ronda wins, but Liv earns her respect in the end.
Who gives a fuck? Hell
Happy ending for everybody.
Yeah, no, I agree. I think they missed the boat with Tamina a little bit too.
Mm-hmm.
She's definitely a more viable
Nothing
contender.
is happening this long.
They don't want to push Tamina for the same reason that they had issues signing Jade Cargill. They knew that if Tamina's children ever needed anything, WWE is second in her life. That's why they don't push Tamina.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
They don't push Natty because Natty's like one incident from popping. So
All right. So let's see. Everyone go with Ronda? Oh no, you went with Liv. Huh?
I'm going with Liv.
Okay. See, I'm going with Liv.
I
Anika, you're going with who?
That much.
You know what? I think it's a better story if Liv wins. So I'm going with Liv.
And Anika, who'd you go with? You went Ronda?
I'm going with Ronda. Let's be clear. I don't want her to win.
Right.
But she's going to win.
Y'all remember that comment I made at the beginning of the show?
Which one?
For Blue?
About Blue? Yes.
I told you there was going to be a time.
This is it, huh?
Yeah. It's after 12 o'clock.
All right, what's the next match, Sammy?
All right. Second most difficult to predict, I would say Bianca and Bayley.
Again, here we go again. Like, I don't want Bianca to lose. I like Bianca. I like Bianca better than Bayley. I'm not a Bayley fan. But right now, it's damage control time, and they're going to put the belt on Bayley so the damage control has all the belts.
All right. I'm going to wishfully hope this happens with my pick. So they took out Asuka, they took out Alexa on Raw. I'm going to wishfully predict this is when Sasha and Naomi come back to back up Bianca, and Bianca retains her title.
No, that leads to the Saudi match.
See, it works out.
Women's trios match. That's what I'm assuming. Damage control versus Bianca and 2 others.
Yeah. Bianca. No, not 2 others. It's gonna be Sasha and Naomi. Yes.
I hope it is, but I'm assuming 2 others until they come back.
Like, no, when I say that, it's not gonna be Bianca and friends. We're all gonna
Bianca and friends.
Like Naomi and Sasha have their own. They have their own personality. It ain't gonna be no overshining of them with Bianca. It's gonna be 3 awesome chicks together. Hopefully, I'm willing to do that.
And Mercedes are not coming back for a while, and they shouldn't.
Y'all already did Paris. Now get on a plane and get your behinds back to work.
No.
You're wrong for that, Blue.
I think that Bayley will win.
Okay. So CM's got Bayley. Sammy, who'd you get?
Well, I think it's going to be Bayley, but I've said it before. I'm not betting against Bianca.
Yeah.
I think
it's one of those things
that Charlotte could come back for.
Yeah, I could see that. Come back and interfere.
I would rather have Bianca. I'd rather have Bianca. Blah blah blah. Wording gets hard. I'd rather have Bianca versus Charlotte than Liv or Ronda versus Charlotte. I think Bianca versus Charlotte would be more interesting than that. Yeah.
Well, if Bianca does that, then she can mark off her bingo sheet for the 4 horsewomen.
And then Charlotte Ashley Flair is not going to let that happen right now.
Maybe at WrestleMania, but yeah, when she comes back, it's going to be just 2 months of agony of the Queen being here.
You know, I'm thinking Survivor Series of next year.
That Charlotte comes back?
No. That we'll finally get a Charlotte Bianca feud.
Yep, I don't think they'll touch until then, unless it's like in tag matches or in passing.
Interesting. Anika, did you pick a winner?
I wishfully thought of Bianca with Charlotte. Charlotte with Sasha and Naomi returning to help her.
Okay. What's the next match, Sammy? What do we got next?
All right. Well, no, it's not going to be that one. All right. Well, we can go ahead and predict the easiest match that I think is to predict. We got Edge versus Finn Balor.
Finn! My girl.
Finn?
Yeah, it's Finn, right?
Oh, okay, yeah.
It's gotta be Finn. Good God, if it's not.
If Edge beat Finn, why did you come back, bro? To just bury the people that you...
Finn needs the win. Edge is going to win. I think so. I mean, I don't know why. I just have a feeling. I don't know. For some reason, they like having Finn lose. I don't know why. Like, that WWE
that was Vince, and we know why.
Yeah, no, I know. But still, I don't know. It's Edge. Like, I don't know. And he doesn't have that many more matches at this point, right? Like, how long is he going to be around?
But we already have the perfect ending, right? It's an I Quit match. Here, it's an I Quit match, which Wifey's gonna be in the audience. Beth Phoenix, Rhea grabs Beth Phoenix and put her neck in a chair, and that's how Edge says I quit. It's perfect. It's perfect.
No, I mean I could see that. Right. I don't know. I think Edge is gonna win. Again, I want Finn to win, but I think Edge is going to win.
Yeah. Edge is one of the people who's like, all right, he should lose, but we're not going to say it until it actually happens. I understand.
And Edge just doesn't lose that often, right? Like, he's one of those guys that just wins a lot. Like, I don't know. Where Finn loses a lot. All right, who you got next?
So second easiest match to predict would be the old-fashioned Donnybrook match.
Oh God, I thought that
you really think so? Who do you got?
It's got to be the Brutes, right?
I think so. I think so too, because oh Lord, Jesus, people's names are getting.
Pete Dunne gets the victory. It'll probably be on Ludwig.
Yeah. And Gunther beat Shane too many times too.
Is he Pete Dunne again?
What?
One more time.
Is he Pete Dunne or is he Butch still?
He's still Butch.
But you know what? Okay, here's the thing. When he debuted, they said we call him Butch. So Butch is his nickname.
Oh, okay.
That's his nickname.
Okay.
His government name is Pete Dunne.
Okay.
Right? So
yeah.
It's not gonna be like a switch of storyline. Like, stop calling me by my nickname. I'm Pete. The hair is down. I'm just saying.
No, I guess that makes sense. That makes sense. Yeah, no, I think the Brawling Brutes will win here. I think, I mean, Imperium's been around. I think they're trying to push the Brutes, so I think the Brutes win here.
I see you thinking. What do you think is this?
I don't know. On one hand, they're trying to protect and build Walter and Imperium. On the other, Sheamus is winding down, and you kind of want to do a little bit more with him and carry it on. And either way, the feud actually advances. I don't know.
Yeah. No, this is the best thing on SmackDown, and I would hate for it to end. I really don't want it to end at Extreme Rules. I don't.
I'm gonna go with the Brutes. I'm gonna go with the Brutes. Do
Like
you
take a
not
break from
know
it.
why the ocean is so salty, Blue? Look at why the ocean is so salty.
Sammy, you got a winner?
The Brutes.
The Brutes. All right. And so that's 5. So we got one more match.
No, 2.
2. Okay.
Ooh.
On to the third easiest match to predict. We got Drew McIntyre versus Karrion Kross.
See, I think this one's tough to predict, honestly, for myself, because I feel like Drew should get the win, but
No.
they're pushing Karrion Kross a lot right now, and I don't know that Drew necessarily needs the win, but he kind of does. Like I can't explain it. Like without a win, Drew seems to be cooling down a lot, and he just wrestled Roman for the titles, so like seems kind of odd. And I don't know. Cross is, I don't know, maybe the next challenger for Roman Reigns. I'm not totally sure. I don't know. I personally, I think Drew wins here, but I wouldn't be surprised if Cross wins.
If Drew wins, does this feud continue to Saudi?
Probably.
Yeah.
You're making a decent argument for Drew winning then, but I'm gonna go with Cross. Let's end the feud. This is good enough. Let's switch it up to somebody new.
I'm doing Drew. And I think that this is when either the White Rabbit appears or somebody connected to the White Rabbit appears.
So they've gotten real bold with the White Rabbit. Like this on SmackDown today, they actually did a commercial of a rat rabbit going down an X hole.
Right.
The fire's burning up, and they said October 8th. A whole lot of other stuff that's in another language I don't know of, and it ended with "Feed Your Hero." So something's gonna pop off. I don't want it to be the Fiend because I wanted to prolong it, but I think either a vignette, we hear the White Rabbit song on the pay-per-view, something's gonna pop off.
If this is not Bray Wyatt, people are gonna fucking be pissed, dude.
I think the White Rabbit WR is Wyndham Rotunda.
Yeah. Sure.
I also need to say that look at this card. Look at who is on this card. Like you got Alexa Bliss, you got Seth Rollins, you got Finn Balor, you got Randy Orton's best friend Matt Riddle. Like all these connections to the Fiend and his tenure right there in this card. There's plenty of places he could pop up.
I would agree with that. Good night, Blue. Thanks for tuning in. Yeah, no, it'll be interesting. I know there's been a lot of speculation about who's a White Rabbit or what the White Rabbit means, and it could be Karrion Kross. He was a White Rabbit in Lucha Underground, or he was part of the White Rabbit Fat family in Lucha Underground, and he, whatever. Oh, Bad Bunny. Someone was saying, is Bad Bunny the White Rabbit? If Bad Bunny's a White Rabbit, I'm never watching fucking wrestling with WWE again. I fucking hate Bad Bunny. I'll be irate if it's Bad Bunny. But like, if it's not Bray Wyatt, I think they've missed the boat here. It's got to be Bray Wyatt. Right?
The thoughts and views of ALW do not reflect on Workforce Wrestling Network. Please, Bad Bunny fans, do not come for us. Because if you do, then I gotta be mean, and I don't want to be mean.
We like Bad Bunny here. Drink Corona and eat Cheetos. Yeah.
We like Bad Bunny here.
We bout it. We bout it.
All right. So, Sammy, you got a winner. You went Cross, Sammy. Anika?
You gotta be careful talking about celebrities, ALW.
Especially those with big ass fan bases.
I guess that's true. My bad. I love Bad Bunny. Please support Workhorse Wrestling Network. Bad Bunny.
Jesus.
All right. So, last match. Probably the main event of the card. I'm assuming, I could be wrong, but I'm guessing it's going to be the main event. We got the Fight Pit match.
Fight Pit. This again, like with this one and the one with Drew and Karrion Kross, it's almost like a rock in a hard place. of one person who can't lose another match versus another person who really needs the push. And so it's like,
I mean, the way I see the card, there were 2 easy matches to predict and 4 difficult ones to predict.
yeah, which is good. You want unpredictability in your wrestling shows, but dag on it.
Well, I only had this one in my head pegged as the 3rd most difficult to predict.
Oh yeah, I don't. This is tough. Like, I think Matt Riddle has to win here, right? Like, this is his. The fight pit is like his thing. He lost before. He's got to
never
win
won.
here, right? Right. So he's got to win here.
Seth
right?
Rollins has a better record in the fight pit than Matt Riddle.
Matt Riddle, right? So obviously this is Matt Riddle's turn to win here, and I think he needs the win. I really do. I think he needs to win.
No, it's going to be Seth Rollins, so
I
that
fucking
Seth
hope
Rollins
not.
can come out on Monday and be like, "I won a match that I wasn't even, with a ref that didn't want me to win." And I did it anyways. Wins don't matter, but this win does. And now I'm going to beat Bobby Lashley for the United States Championship.
I sure
That's
hope not.
another. That's the main wrinkle. So it's going to be Bobby versus Seth on Monday. In Triple H's world, it wouldn't make sense for Seth to lose and then go into a title match and possibly win that title match, and you just lost.
I think Seth Rollins wins, and he's going to be unbearable come Monday.
See, I think Seth loses, and then loses to Bobby, and spirals out of control and becomes just like
I would love that.
madman Seth, like distraught, lost twice, and just kind of down.
I think he's gonna lose. I think that Seth Rollins is gonna lose.
They really could go either way.
Yeah.
The screwiest yet, I'm gonna say best way to get out of this is Matt Riddle chokes Seth out. Seth doesn't tap.
Mm-hmm.
So Riddle wins, but Seth can come back and say, I didn't tap. I didn't lose. I never tapped out. It was that son of a B ref's fault. I'm still whatever. And so it's like you still lost, but it's at least better than you tapped out and now you're gonna face Bobby Lashley.
Yeah.
So all 3 of you have Matt Riddle winning?
Yeah.
Yep.
Who has Seth winning on Monday?
Not me. I think Lashley retains.
Lashley needs it more. And I do think it's about time for Seth to spiral.
I think so too.
Don't get me wrong. I love the spiraling Seth story. But for some reason, I think they're going to put the belt on Seth. I think they're going to put the belt on Seth for a minute. Yeah.
I mean, I think putting the belt on Seth, because Seth is more popular than Bobby Lashley, probably gives the belt a little more recognition, but I don't like it. I'd rather the belt stay on Bobby.
Who's the number 1 heel on SmackDown?
Roman.
The United States Championship is really the top male title on Raw right now because Reigns has those titles and he's on SmackDown.
Yep.
Who's the number 2 heel on SmackDown?
Wait a minute, Dad. Oh,
Roman.
I'd say it's Karrion Kross.
You said SmackDown. I'm sorry, my bad.
Yeah.
SmackDown is Karrion Kross. Walter's not really a heel. He's a tweener.
Yeah.
So yeah. It's Reigns and it's Karrion Kross.
Who's the number 1 heel on Raw?
Seth.
We got to do something with him, right?
Right. Agreed.
So that was the last match?
Mm-hmm.
All right. I guess we
Like,
should...
He very well could lose both these matches, but I'm going to put my money on him winning both and becoming unbearable to deal with.
He already is unbearable.
Yeah, he's already unbearable. I mean, he's already half mad with the laughing and the cackling. I think the 2 losses just send him further down that mad Seth, insane spiral, can't win, depressed but crazy kind of whatever.
I don't know what character it was when he cut that promo. It was a virtual interview with him and Matt. And like, Matt, you still there? Talking about families. Talk about your wife and your children living with your bitch. I'm like, what? Hold on! Time out! Wait a minute!
Yeah, see, I don't like that. I don't.
I don't know what character that is, but let's explore that Seth Rollins because that Seth Rollins was on fire. I loved every minute of that.
I was not a fan of it. Like, some things you just shouldn't bring up, and all of that is something that should not be brought up.
All
Like,
right.
I'm pretty sure Riddle gave the okay. I'm gonna hope before he said it.
I mean, he could have, but at the same time, again, that's like stuff that you really probably don't want to bring up. Like, especially when the kids get older and they start looking back at that shit.
Yeah.
No doubt. Well, y'all want to wrap it up? I know
Never.
it's late on your end. It's late on my end. So I guess the plan is to be back Tuesday for the second episode of the Cookout.
We haven't discussed what subject to do.
We have not. But we've had three good topics: punchable face, worst of 2022, and I can't remember what the other one was today. Someone mentioned one earlier in the stream today.
Top 5 people who are like I don't know how to pronounce it. The top 5 people who you think are underrated or overrated.
Underrated. So in theory, we could do all of those, or we could pick one of them, or 2 of them, or whatever. I mean,
I'll have to think back to. I remember suggesting one last video, and I forgot what I suggested now.
Okay. Well, think about it. We can decide on something and let everyone know, like on Monday, what we're going to talk about. So, thanks everyone for tuning in, as always, and drop a like, subscribe, and we hope to see y'all on Tuesday. Have a good night, y'all. Peace.
Bye.